Osney with the shot, and he fills it. Another shot, and he scores. Gustav Stjernberg. Brody Waters tips it in for the Bowling Green goal. Back over the middle to the inside. What a save from Cole Moore. McKinley with a slap shot. He fills it. Brooke McKinley from the point puts it in. Brody Waters hat trick. Jack Blake with the shootout winner.
I don't believe it. The champagne is flowing in Bowling Green.
The first home series of the 2025-2026 regular season for Bowling Green hockey. The Falcons take on Bemidji State here in the Slater Family Ice Arena on this Halloween weekend. Bowling Green has played one series at Lake Superior State, taking two decisive victories in the Sioux, 4-1 and 3-2, and it took all 6 points available to them on the weekend. Bemidji State took 5 out of their 6 points available last week against Augustana, and it's a great team for Bowling Green to get a start to their season, and especially a first couple of home wins. Hello, Falcon fans. Welcome back to WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for Falcon hockey. Ben Korak here with Sean Connolly from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Sean, how do you feel today? First hockey broadcast of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Like we mentioned back on Sunday, these two teams seem to always find just really good matchups, really close-knit matchups. Always seem to find overtime. We called a couple of those last year, so I'm looking forward to a fun one. I mean, it's Bemidji State, Bowling Green, CCHA conference play, so this early in the season, it's always fun to see where these two teams are at, to see where they rank up in the CCHA. So yeah, a fun one in store, the slate tonight.
For previews, recaps of all BGSU athletics, including other news and updates, go to bgfalconmedia.com and BG_FMSN on Twitter X, and go to BG Falcon Media on Facebook and Instagram as well. The Falcons and the Beavers played 4 times last season. Sean, I believe you and I were on the call all 4 times, or 3 of the 4
all
times?
All 4 times, yes. We made
times.
the trip to Bemidji State. It was a fun one. We were just talking about that pregame. But yeah, all 4 games. So I'm all familiar with this team. So I'm looking forward to another one tonight.
1 win, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss, and a shootout loss for the Falcons last year against Bemidji State, who really had Bowling Green's number. The Falcons took only, I believe, 4 points out of the 12 available to them in the 4 games against Bemidji. These are 2 teams that are very familiar with each other, and 2 very evenly matched teams, especially statistically early on in the season.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier about who's starting in goal, as that's kind of been a question mark for this Bowling Green team about who's going to start, because it seems like we have 3 really powerful ones. But I remember last year, I think it was that Friday night game against Bemidji. I believe it was Cole Moore on the other end of the ice, just making unbelievable save after unbelievable save in overtime, really keeping him in that game, extending that to the shootout. And I'm just really looking forward again to today and seeing some just high action-packed hockey where these 2 teams are just all familiar with. So.
Tyler Palmer starting for Bowling Green today, the sophomore transfer from University of Alberta in U Sports and the Canadian college hockey realm. Rathan Robbins most likely going to start for Bemidji State, one of the best statistical goaltenders in the CCHA so far, 2-1 in overall record, 1.6 goals allowed per game, and a .943 save percentage. Had a 27 save shutout against Augustana last week. That's his first career shutout. Rathan Robbins has been on a very nice streak the last couple of games. Tyler Palmer very good in the Bowling Green net. He split time with Steinman last week against Lake State, and both freshmen, or both newcoming goaltenders for the Falcons, played very well.
Yeah, and Robbins is one of those guys with not a lot of experience from a year ago, but he's really come into this role as the Bemidji State goalie and really fitting it really well. As we mentioned, he's kind of atop the leaderboards of the CCHA. It's early, but he's really making a name for himself really early in those stats. And then on the flip side, Palmer, like you said last week, really played well on the Friday night, and he's looking for another one. And Willie's one of those guys who said it this past week in the press conference, just talking about what was the mindset going into that weekend about what goalies are like. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how Palmer plays tonight in front of the home crowd.
As we know, Sean, head coach Dennis Williams loves his shot volume, and I think that's going to be big today, especially against kind of a newer goaltender in Rathan Robbins that has been good. He's made a lot of saves, has that shutout against Augustana, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of shot volume today for the Falcons, as they had throughout the entirety of last season and early in this season as well. And they found a lot of success in cleanup attempts in front of the blue paint last week against Lake State, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see a good amount of shots today, especially from the point for this Bowling Green team. Yeah,
Bowling Green leads the CCHA in shots on goal per game at 35.75. So, and then trailing far behind after them is Bemidji State in fourth with 28.5. So it's going to be an action-packed game, and it's really going to come down to the goaltenders to see who's going to pull away, and not just tonight, but tomorrow as well. And it's always fun to see the second matchup after these two teams have played on the ice for 60 minutes. You know, it's a little more chippy. You know, it's these teams are too familiar with each other after playing on the Friday night. So it's going to be interesting also to see tomorrow how that rolls around too.
Bowling Green with a couple of changes to their lineup today. Tyler Palmer starting in goal. The last game that they played, it was Jacob Steinman. Actually, Cole Moore, the junior goaltender for the Falcons, that was a phenom his freshman year, played about the same last season, although was overshadowed by Christian Stover and his hot spell. There's 3 goaltenders for this Bowling Green team that they can play on any given day, and it's really going to depend on Tyler Palmer, how he plays today, to see who gets the net tomorrow against Bemidji State in this 2-game weekend. But I look at the D group, Sean, and just Norris Crampton, Karodiak playing with Sternberg, who's making his first appearance this season after being injured for the first Niagara game and then both Lake State games. And then Rihard Simonovic, the transfer, and Breck McKinley. That defensive group for Bowling Green is very strong. They're not even skating an extra defenseman as they have so far this season. And I think that's going to be a big portion of the game today for Big G.
Yeah, and it's all led by Sternberg. He's the guy with the veteranness. I was talking to you earlier. As I was scouting this team, as again, it's my first broadcast this year, I was like, man, this team has a lot of freshmen on the team. But then you see some of the guys that you're familiar with, you know, Jaden Grant, you know, Sternberg, Brett Foe, you know, guys that have been in the program for a few years. Those are the type of guys that are on your team in this type of year with a lot of freshmen is going to be so important. So, yeah, he's the guy on the leading the team on the defensive side of things, and it's worked out so well this year for him.
Freshman or newcomer present on every line that Bowling Green's got on the forward side today. Dom Ryman on the first line with Ben Duran, Quinn Emerson. Ryman's been a very impressive player early. His first goal of the season on the power play, the first Lake State game. Tyler Hotson's leading the Falcon in scoring, playing also on the left wing with Jaden Grant and Brody Waters today. And then that third line, maybe the most interesting, Sean. Noah Morneau, freshman, playing center. He's also played left wing quite a bit. Jeremy Minville playing on the right wing, and Brett Foe on the left. That's a very rangy, I'd say, line there. Not a whole lot of defense between those 3 guys, but definitely some guys that can really go out and score the puck, which is, I think, going to be big for Bowling Green against Bemidji and some low-scoring games that we've seen between the 2 teams.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing not just how the freshmen play, but as the team in these early season matchups, especially when it's in conference, that you really can't afford to lose, of course, any conference game. But this early in the season, you could always look back in February and March and think, man, you know, we lost by 1 goal to Bemidji State or Lake Superior State, any scenario. And just looking back and realizing that, it's always funny to see just again how these freshmen play, you know, in their first time skating it up with the Falcons. So again, eager to see how these freshmen play. And you're right, that line is looking a little chaotic, but in a good way.
A lot of very strong freshmen for Bemidji State on their side, too. A couple of veteran returners, but they lost 2 of their top 5 scorers and have input Oliver Peer and Max Nemesnikov. Nemesnikov, a freshman, he's got 5 points so far this season playing right wing on the third line, but the most high-profile one has been Oliver Peer, centerman on the first line. 8 total points, which leads the Beavers so far this season. 4 goals, 4 assists. The junior is a transfer from Canada hockey, but he, again, is playing in his first season with Bemidji State. A very solid player playing on the first line at center. And those guys and rookies, along with Rathan Robbins, in goal for Bemidji State. A lot of new faces for the Falcons to try and solve today.
Yeah, if we had a pick the stick for Bemidji State, I'm sure he would probably be a name that would be picked almost every week. Oliver Peer, basically, he is averaging a point a game as they played eight games already this season, and he has 8 points on the season. So, yeah, he's a name to obviously look out for, and then Riley Funk as well. I mean, he's 4th in the CCHA in goals as well, and Peer is 3rd in the CCHA. So those are 2 guys you really have to lock down if you really want to have a chance against Bemidji today.
Both of them with 4. Casper Magnuson, Adam Fleming, and Kirkland Irie, 3 big names from Bemidji State last season that we saw be pretty big pieces against the Falcons. Isa Parek, another one, defenseman that was a CCHA all-freshman team last season. So he's a big one to look for on the defensive side for Bemidji State. Sean, for Bowling Green, who looks to come away with their 3rd win of the season, their 3rd in CCHA play as well. What do you think are big keys for Bowling Green being able to come away with that win today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about it a little bit with the shots on goal, but just being able to maximize your opportunities, penalties, you know, not also giving up penalties. So, I mean, I would say just maximizing your opportunities and just getting the shot on goal, because anything at that point can happen. So, and they do a good job at that. Since Willie came in, they've always been, hey, let's shoot the puck. Let's just let's have that be our identity of shooting the puck. So, I think that's probably going to be a big key takeaway. Is also just maximizing your opportunities when you have them.
Speaking of shooting the puck, we'll move into our first Pick the Stick at home this season. For Falcon Media Sports Network members, choose a player before the game starts. Gain 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist. Goalie gets you 3 points. You lose them as they give up goals, and we total up the points as the season goes on. And make sure to play along at home. Choose a player and see how they do throughout today's game. Lucas Kleinmeyer, our content director, chose Quinn Emerson today, playing on the first line with Ben Duran and Dominic Ryman, a high-scoring first line. Quinn Emerson has 1 assist this season, still searching for that first goal. Tyler Kablitz, our production director, chose Tyler Hodson, unsurprisingly the leader in scoring for Bowling Green this season, second in scoring last season with Rensselaer Polytechnic University, RPI, out there in Hockey East. So Tyler Hodson, the selection of Tyler Kablitz. Sean, you want to defend your pick today?
Yeah, I got to go with the guy with the hot hand. He was actually our athlete of the week this past week, Jaden Grant. I think he's got to continue. You always go with the hot hand in these types of situations. And, he had 3 assists a year ago on January 10th against Bemidji State. So that would have been a few points in this. So, yeah, I got to go with Jaden Grant. He's got the experience, and he's coming off a really big weekend last week against Lake Superior State.
Yeah, 2 goals in the first game against Lake State, the game tying and the game-winning goal, his first game winner since 2022. It's been a while for Granter, but the senior wearing the A for Bowling Green playing on the second line center today. And then my choice for Pick the Stick is Tyler Palmer today, and the goal for the Falcons. He gave up only 1 goal in his only start this season. That was against Lake State. The Falcons won 4-1. He's got allowing less than 1 goal per game and a .969 save percentage. Granted, a low portion size, but he's played technically in college hockey. He played for Alberta in U Sports, and I think Tyler Palmer is going to be big in net today for Bowling Green. We've seen some pretty solid net minding through the 4 games that we've called together against Bemidji State last year and now this year as well, Sean, between Cole Moore, Matthias Scholl, who stood on his head against BG last season, and now we'll see how Palmer and Rathan Robbins do against each other today. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I think, like you said, it's going to be a good, fun goalie matchup. And I feel like we always see just really high-intensity goalie matchups over the past four games that we were able to call, 2 here and then 2 over in Bemidji, Minnesota. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I just think it's going to be a fun matchup. I mean, you're the first CCHA home series at the slate, so just really looking forward to it. Halloween weekend, vibes are great. So, yeah, looking forward to the matchup tonight.
2 teams with 2-win weekends in their first CCHA series last week. Now they face off in the Slater Family Ice Arena. Bowling Green and Bemidji State in the 2025-2026 regular season home opener for the Falcons on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Wake up every weekday with WBGU in the Morning Show. The Morning Show is a community resource for weekly events, news, sports, weather, interviews with community officials and organizations, birthday and anniversary announcements, and more. Listen live every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. locally on 88.1 FM or streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my 4th one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name, that too.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Don't miss the morning show on WBGU FM every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. Join the morning show team weekday mornings to hear about local news, local weather report, Glott's Garden Report, Coaches Show with the coaches from BGSU and BGHS, and live newsmaker interviews. Listen live every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. locally on 88.1 FM or streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
I'm Levi Gazaric, a senior tight end, and my Falcon 4 camp essentials are electrolytes, a gallon of water, sunflower seeds, and Nerds gummy clusters.
You can be an essential part of the morning show's continued success on WBGU FM. The Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce offers businesses and organizations an opportunity to be an underwriter. Under the umbrella of the Chamber, you'll receive your mentions each month during either news and sports programming or feature segments. It's an affordable opportunity to be part of something unique in Wood County.
My life was going downhill fast. Everybody was on my case. Now, I kept hoping that life would change real soon. I knew drinking too much messed up my life. A friend suggested I check out AA. It worked. I found myself in an AA group. Finally, I've got my act together.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a
BG Authors is a campus organization dedicated to highlighting authors connected to the university. BGSU has produced some amazing authors, including Beth Macy, James Baldwin, and Tim Conway, to name a few. Visit bgauthors.com and subscribe to the blog that regularly updates on new releases, classics, non-BGSU authors, and other features such as book versus movie. That's BG Authors at bgauthors.com.
Hi, this is Jack Michaels, radio play-by-play voice of the Edmonton Oilers, and you're listening to Bowling Green Falcon Hockey. We've got every second of the action right here on 88.1 FM WBGU.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Commercial-free content only on WBGU Bowling Green.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
This hour of programming on WBGU is brought to you by the Wood County District Public Library. located at 251 North Main Street, by phone at 419-352-5104, or available online at wcdpl.org.
The morning show on WBGU-FM is brought to you by the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce. For more information, contact the morning show at themorningshow@bgchamber.net. Send them any program suggestions or information you might have. They are always looking for show ideas and guests. To have your birthday or anniversary announced, email or call the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce at 419-353-7945.
Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media takes pictures for nearly all BGSU and Bowling Green related events throughout the year. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com to check out thousands of photos and all the content.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Falcon Media Sports Network produces more feature stories about BGSU athletics than any other media outlet. Make sure to head over to bgfalconmedia.com and follow Falcon Media Sports Network at BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and BG Falcon Media on Instagram.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
I'm the threat that's already inside the house. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire, and as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Check out more Falcon athletic coverage on X at BG_FMSN.
Welcome back to the Madhouse on Mercer. Bowling Green Hockey getting set for their home opener in the 2025-2026 regular season against Bemidji State Hockey in town, the second CCHA series of the season for the Falcons. Sean Connolly with myself, Ben Korak. Sean, why don't you walk us through Bemidji State's starting lineup?
Yeah, the left wing is Van Uhas. At the center is Riley Funk. Right wing is Connor McClellan. And then on the defensive side, Mitch Wolf and Hudson Thornton. And then in goal is Rathan Robbins, as we mentioned earlier in the game, or in the pregame.
A new goaltender to Bemidji State this season. They've relied on 4 years of Matthias Scholl, and he has finally graduated and gone, the 2023-24 goaltender of the year. Bowling Green starts Dom Ryman on the left wing, Ben Duran in center, Quinn Emerson on the right wing, Ivan Korodiak back on left defense, Gustav Stjernberg playing in his second game this season, the first one, the second Niagara game, and then went back on injury against Lake State, and Tyler Palmer in net for Bowling Green as the first faceoff is won by Bowling Green, dumped back down into the offensive zone. Dom Ryman back behind the goal line in the O-zone to peel the puck off, and Bemidji State comes up with an early board puck win there. Korodiak back into his own zone. Surveys for a pass, sends it up the ice. It's caught in center by Bemidji, and they immediately take it into the offensive zone, swiped away by Ben Duran, who loops it back around. Still tries to force it into the O-zone, and Bemidji settles back. Mitch Wolf back for Thornton. Thornton flips it up the ice from the long side of the center line. It's going to be an icing against Bemidji and come back into the Falcon O-zone for a draw.
I don't know if it's because I've seen these two teams 5 times now, but I love the uniform matchup when these two teams play. I mean, orange and brown for the Falcons today, and then the white on the green. I mean, it's a great green that Bemidji has. So, like I said, I just love the uniform matchup we have.
Pretty good Halloween.
And yeah, a good Halloween tone.
Jaden Grant in for the draw, second line center. Wins it back for Braden Crampton. Crampton fires it into the right wing corner. Pressed up against the back wall is Tyler Hodson. Hodson gets it into Rathan Robbins, smacking at the puck is Waters, who took a couple of steps in. Waters takes a bump. Some stuff going on in front of the bleacher creatures here in the slate, but nothing going to come of it, I assume. And we're going to get a dropped puck right next to Robbins in the goal for Bemidji State.
Bleacher creatures in full force today. As mentioned, it's Halloween, so they're all in their costumes, so I'm sure they'll be rowdy today, making an impact. But yeah, I mean, there's that first chippiness that we've seen. I mean, every CCHA matchup is always going to have that, but it's always fun to see, after the whistle blows.
Surprisingly enough, almost none of that in the Lake State game. Toward the end, when Lake State was getting frustrated that they were getting beat by the Falcons in most every aspect of the games, but aside from that, not too much animosity. Waters through center, pokes it in for Hodson to chase. Hodson chases, but it's whistled off sides. And now some stuff going on in front of the bleacher creatures again. Still in the O-zone corner. And only about a minute and 3 seconds into the first period.
Yeah, and even as mentioned earlier, it's like on the Friday night is always a little like what is the weekend what's the tone gonna be like over the weekend? And already we've seen only a minute in, these two teams already don't like each other.
Offside's the call against the Falcons. Face-off will be on the right side of the neutral zone. Noah Morneau will step in for BG. He played center one game against Niagara. He's played the left wing every game since, and now is back in center. Brett Foe on the left wing, Jeremy Minville on the right. Niedermeyer and Sloan will skate extra for Bowling Green today. Tyler Palmer plays the puck behind his goal, flips it out to the right wing in the Falcon zone. Bemidji State trying to put together some offense. Knocked down to the ice was Connor McLennan. It's gone away for Bowling Green. They've got a 3-on-3 back the other way. Into the corner, Brett Foe wraps it over into the center. It's off of the stick of a Bemidji defenseman. Now back out to the point, Bowling Green, a little bit wide for Sternberg. Sternberg looks to fire it in. It's blocked by Casper Magnuson. Left wing and a junior, Norwegian native, playing on the first line with Bemidji. A very nice player last season, 34 points and 74 games played in his career with Bemidji. Back behind the goal, wrapped over in front of Rathan Robbins. He uses the stick to push it away. Sternberg goes for a big hit there. That's the first at home of the season for the Goose. Now up the left wing, Connor Levis feeds it over to the center. Brandon Wynot back behind the goal. New defenseman on the ice now for BG. Dalton Norris comes into the right wing and flips it down behind the goal line. Wynot can't keep it inside. It's flipped out into the Bemidji bench. We get another whistle. 17:40 left to play here in the first period.
Yeah, earlier Korodiak just couldn't land the pass to Sternberg that we potentially could have saw. Really offensively powerhouse by Bowling Green on that. Just couldn't get the pass to go, and it unfortunately left Bowling Green's zone.
BG with another face-off in the O-zone. That's 4 thus far. Ben Duran in the dot. Emerson on the left side. Ryman on the right side. Crampton and Norris, the defensive pairing. Crampton, a shot into the corner, banks it into Ben Duran. Duran battling there with Emerson for control of the puck. It's kept inside the blue line by the Falcons. Skating it out is Jake McLean. McLean turns it back into his own zone. It's barely out by Bemidji. Will reset the puck way high in the air. A pop fly into the stands. And haven't seen a whole lot of substantive hockey early here, Sean. I mean,
yeah,
we're
still no shots on goal.
About over 2.5 minutes in and really nothing.
Yeah, again, no shots on goal. Bowling Green's had the puck in their possession pretty much the entire game, but again, just really couldn't get any shots to land so far today.
Face-off neutral zone. Jaden Grant wins it back. Rihard Simonovic, transfer from Miami of Ohio, scored his first goal of the season, only his second goal in his career in college hockey in the second game against Lake State. Turned out to be first goal overall, just a shot from the right point that's found its way through. Some good screening in front by the BG forwards. Puck in the O-zone for Bowling Green. Battling for it in the right wing corner is Mitch Wolf. Mitch Wolf in there with Riley Funk now. Funk takes the full body of a Falcon. Bemidji gets the puck away, but not outside the zone. It's high in the air and way up into the netting. And again, no offense generated, and we'll get another face-off in Falcon O-zone.
Yeah, when these two teams met last February when we were there in Bemidji, they were two teams that were at the top of the CCHA in face-offs. One, and this year already, so far, of course, it's only been a couple series, but Bowling Green ranks first and Bemidji State ranks third in the CCHA in terms of face-off winning. So it'll be I think that'll be an aspect of the game, not just tonight, but over the weekend. That's going to be pretty pivotal in who wins the game.
BG's won 4 out of 5 face-offs so far. Morneau's kicked out of the dot. Minville will step in to try and win the draw, and it's won back by Riley Funk. Bemidji can't keep it in their own zone as they were trying to settle the puck down. Back into the zone is Max Vieg. Vieg, the draft capital of the Montreal Canadiens, one of only 2 players in this game to be the draft capital. The other one, Connor Levis of the Winnipeg Jets. And we're going to get another face-off and another one in the O-zone.
Some early stoppage in play. I mean, it's only been about 3.5 minutes. Again, still no shots on goal by either team. I feel like Bemidji really even hasn't possessed the puck even once so far, this game. It really has been all Bowling Green so far.
Levis wins the draw back to the blue line. Norris can't keep it in. The captain chases back into his own zone. Now Max Martin's back there to pick up the puck. Playing on the 4th line today. It's kind of mixed up lines. He's been one of the players to do so, only in his sophomore season. And another offsides against BG. Another face-off on the right side of the ice on your radio dial. Still 0-0, 16:15 left to play here in the first period. The draw is actually going to come out to exact center ice. And still no shots on goal for either team. One back by Bemidji. Into his own goal comes Ben Vigneault. Vigneault, the extra skating defenseman. More of an offensive defenseman as well. As here comes Bemidji into the O-zone. Crampton with a stick tap to keep the puck inside the neutral zone. It's into the O-zone of Bemidji, but Bowling Green with possession. Quinn Emerson comes up the right wing into the Bemidji State zone. Ryman takes a body, pushes the puck into the corner. Now Bemidji comes away with it. Some open ice here for the green and white, and passes a little bit too long. Simonovic will touch up the puck. It'll be an icing against Bemidji, and yet another face-off in the Falcon O-zone.
Yeah, just an early CCHA opportunity for both squads. I mean, I don't know how you view it. At least for me in football, it's like you start your non-conference and then you get into conference play. It's a little different in terms of hockey. I don't know how you view it, but you start out with a few non-conference, then you go into conference, then some tournaments in December, and then it's all CCHA play after that for Bowling Green come January.
Yeah, 2 series and non-conference play, 3 during the middle of the regular season. Princeton during Thanksgiving week, and then after the turn of the year, both Notre Dame and Ohio State. And the only preseason or before the CCHA play non-conference series was against Niagara at Niagara. First look at this Bowling Green team. First shot on goal here for Jackson Panzer. Panzer, the left winger, streaking into the zone, shoots from the high wheel. Tyler Palmer gets a glove, and the faceoff will come to the Bemidji State O-zone for the first time in the game.
Yeah, that'll be a really fun matchup between the Falcons and the Irish. I'm, of course, very jealous that you'll be able to call both those games. And, these two, it was a team that Bowling Green faced off when they used to be a member of their old conference every single year. And I used to go to every one of those games when they were here at the Slate. And so I just have fond memories of those two teams matching up on the ice. So, like I said, I'm really jealous that you'll be able to call those games. But looking for 2 fun matchups. And those are 2 teams, Notre Dame and Ohio State from the Big Ten. It'll be a really big test to see the landscape of Bowling Green, not just in the CCHA, how they stand up.
Neither one of them top-tier Big Ten opponents either, so certainly winnable games for the Falcons. Home and home series, both of them. And for the draw again is Connor Levis and Jake McLean. McLean loses the face-off to Levis. Puck is flipped up to center ice. Ivan Karodiak gets tripped up there. No penalty, although there probably should have been one as the puck caromed way away from Karodiak in the O-zone. Back out to Karodiak in the middle. Shot in is blocked by a Bemidji State player. Here's Jeremy Minville with a shot. It's blocked. Back out to the blue line. And Sternberg Leaves it back down for Morneau. Bemidji skates away with the puck. It's out to center ice, and chasing it down will be Norris in his own zone. No icing is called as it was played by Norris in center ice. Icing's avoided there by Why Not. Max Martin goes around the right side of Robbins. One of two very solid goaltenders for Bemidji State, Robbins and Max Hildebrand. Hildebrand, WHL goaltender of the year last year. BG with the puck back out of the blue line on the left wing. Dalton Norris back down to Max Martin. Max Martin pinned up by Max Vieg, defenseman for Bemidji State. Out to the blue line. Crampton keeps it in. BG will chase the puck again. Into the left wing corner now. Big hit there by Max Martin. Gets the puck away, loses the edge of his skate. Braden Crampton coming all the way in. He puts a hit on. Puck back out to the blue line, out to center ice. Max Martin's decked there by Issa Parek. And it's back down into the Bemidji end with clear possession for the Beavers.
Max Martin making his presence known. 2 big hits right there on that offensive possession for Bowling Green, making some space to potentially get some shots on goal.
He took one as well. Breck McKinley put a good move on there. Got Bowling Green with numbers. McKinley, shot in, score! Quinn Emerson from the left wing. Bowling Green a 1-0 lead. What a good take by Breck McKinley.
Really good puck movement right there to get it in the position for Emerson. That's his first goal of the year, and a really big one at that. I mean, when you are able to score the first goal, it really sets the tone for the game, and it's only been 6.5 minutes into this game, and just a really nice tone setter for Quinn Emerson. So really, like I said, nice puck movement by the Falcons, able to land the stick of Emerson, and he was able to put it in the back of the net.
Beautiful slap shot from the left wing there, beat Robbins right between the legs, and Bowling Green's got a 1-0 lead with 13:26 left to play here in the first period. Only one shot on goal apiece for these two squads, and Bowling Green's able to find an early goal.
So Falcons at 100% win rate right now on the shots on goal.
Sternberg down in, puts a hit on Kirkland Irie. Irie, a very solid forward for this Bemidji State team as this puck is carried into the corner. Irie is 4 assists in his first 3 games played. He's got none since. They played 8 games this season, as this pass into the slot is intercepted by Luke Roloffs. Roloffs, defenseman out of Bismarck in the NAHL. Only a sophomore. Played almost every game as a rookie last season. Jackson Niedermeyer with the puck. Extra skating forward for Bowling Green today. They've skated an extra defenseman most games this season. Quinn Emerson with the goal a second ago, assisted by Breck McKinley and Dominic Ryman. Ryman continues a very solid streak of offensive play, his second assist of the season. Breck McKinley as well. This is his 5th game played, and he's already got 3 assists. Dump down back to Palmer. It'll be an icing against Bemidji, and the faceoff will come way back into the Bowling Green O zone. The Falcons leading 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, that first goal is going to be so big. It's like scoring the first touchdown in a game. I know I keep relating it back to the football game. I know I have a big one tomorrow as the Falcons play Buffalo, but it's like last week. I mean, Bowling Green went right down the pipe and scored on their first drive. Really able to control that game. I know it didn't go the way they wanted it to, but it allowed them to set the tone, especially in that first half. So I'm really expecting that to play dividend today for the Falcons on the ice.
Noah Quinn pays the puck, feeds it up the ice into the O zone for Bemidji. They just wanted to get a change as they were victim of an icing a second ago. So the Falcons with possession. McKinley, who had the assist on the goal. That line back out on the ice. Rihard Simonovic out there as well for Bowling Green. Fighting in center ice. Riley Funk the pass across into his skates, so he can't control enough of it. Number 26 bumped up by number 17 of Bowling Green, Breck McKinley. Good pass there by McKinley on the left wing. Duran back to Dom Ryman on the left side. Ryman feeds it over into Robbins. Robbins kicks it down behind the goal line and to the half wall behind his goal. And the puck fed up out of the Falcon O zone and into the bench of Bemidji.
3rd time that's happened today. Puck's gone out of play. I feel like it seems like a familiar sight. We saw a few of them last year go out into the concourse.
Almost desperation of this Bemidji team just trying to get the puck out of their O zone. As the orange and brown have lived in there so far.
Yeah, really only one shot, and it obviously counts as a shot, but it wasn't really an effective shot for Bemidji, so still trying to get that first offensive momentum for the Beavers.
That one shot being by Jackson Panzer. He took it into the O-zone by himself. A deep shot from above the left wing wheel. Now puck out to center. Bit of a breakaway here for Kasper Magnuson as Karodiak blew a tire. Back across, shot, and a score. A very nice fill there by number 2, Max Wieg on the backside, and a 2-on-1 breakaway ties the game at 1.
We were just talking about it, waiting for that first offensive momentum for the Beavers, and we just saw that right there. Really their first true shot on goal, and it ended up being the one they scored on. Similar to the Falcons, really all opportunities have found the back of the net. First opportunities have really found the back of the net for both the Falcons and Beavers. So already 1-1 9 minutes into the game.
Very nice play overall. Kasper Magnuson on the right side. Fed it to Max Wieg, a defenseman, on the left side. That's his first goal and point of the season. Just a freshman. And as we mentioned before, the draft capital of Montreal. Wearing a big hit there on the boards is Tyler Hodson as he dumps the puck into the O-zone. The call will be an icing. Hodson will be slightly worse for wear, but he'll skate off fine.
And a very similar play Bemidji scored on from the Falcons. Just to flip over to the other end of the ice, and he had a wide open net. All he had to do was really just flick it in.
Magnuson's got his 6th assist of the season. As we mentioned, Wieg with his first goal and point as a Bemidji State Beaver. 2 goals today, both of them first goals of the season for respective players, although Emerson a senior, Max Wieg a freshman defenseman. Robbins plays the puck out to his own blue line and taken beyond it by Adam Fulmang. Fulmang, a very solid player last season for Bemidji. His first point of the season was a game-winning goal against Alaska Anchorage in one of the first games played of the season for Bemidji. That one on October 3rd. Bemidji's played 8 games. Bowling Green's only played 4. 6 non-conference games for Bemidji as well. BG's only played 2. So much more practice, you could argue, here for Bemidji, or much more gameplay. They take it up the right wing now. They got a 2-on-2 the other way. Niedermeyer playing defense. Now here, a shot from Wolf. A nice one. Fed across the slot there on the rebound from Harsh beyond the goal line. Back out to Magnuson. Magnuson misses Wolf on the pass, and BG will clear it out of the zone. It's up for Duran. Kept out of the O-zone by Wolf. Fed into Nemesnikov, but it's intercepted by Bowling Green. Dumped back down for Palmer to get a stick on and settle down. Niedermeyer back behind the goal, presses up the Beaver behind the goal to get the puck away. Skating it away is Brett Foe. Foe not known for his defensive play, but very solid stick work, very solid skating as well. Jake McLean up the right wing now, a new set of forwards on the ice for Bemidji. He's got Jackson Panzer on the left wing behind the goal line, misses him. Quinn Emerson on the right wing to Duran in center. A 3-on-3 now for Bowling Green as it gets kind of shut down by Wieg. Wieg's played some very nice shifts here early, including the goal. Ryman a quick shot, and he misses the goal. Robbins might have got a glove on it. Here back out to Dom Ryman, who looks to settle the puck down, but can't do it. It's fed off the half wall. Looked to get it outside the blue line. Bemidji has the puck still in their own zone, and it's finally taken outside the blue line by Issa Perek. Puck still in Bowling Green's O-zone. Connor Levis is tripped up. A call coming here to Bemidji. Bowling Green's going to get a free play. Simonovic, slap shot into the corner, bounces out to Robbins in front. Couldn't be banged in. The puck into the left wing corner. The whistle will be blown. The play will be shut down, and Bowling Green's going to go on the first power play of the game. 8:38 left to play here in the first period. We get our first media timeout. This one brought to you by Juniper Brewing Company, located at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. Bemidji's going to serve a penalty. Bowling Green goes on a power play with a 1-1 tie here in the season home opener for the Falcons. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU at 88.1 FM.
88.1 FM, WBGU, Bowling Green, Ohio, a BG Falcon Media radio station.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad.
Whether the Falcons are at the Slater Family Ice Arena or out on the road, the Falcon Media Sports Network is covering them all season long.
Jake McLean given a penalty for Bemidji. They'll play a man down for 2 minutes. Bowling Green goes on the first power play of the game. They were pretty solid on the power play against Lake State. 2 power play goals in the first game. I believe 1 in the second game as well. Pretty solid conversion percentage as well. Jake McLean gets it for tripping up Dom Ryman. Ryman still got a shot on goal after he was tripped up. Falcons got a couple of seconds of offense before it was whistled down and the penalty was assessed. In the dot for the Falcons is Dom Ryman. Face off one, and it's out to the right wing. To the point, Crampton, and now to Dom Ryman on the left. Ryman circles it back to Crampton. Crampton feeds it to the right wing, Dalton Norris. Norris has a wicked slap shot. Ryman's got a very nice shot as well. Norris feeds it across, down deep, and it couldn't be cleaned up. Crampton out at the blue line again, back down to Ryman. Bemidji a little bit out of the position defensively. Norris puts a hit on. Waters down there as well, and it's cleared back out by Bemidji. 8 minutes left to play here in the first. $1:30 left to play in the power play.
You know, as mentioned earlier, just really have to maximize on the opportunities when you are on the power play, not just for Bowling Green, but for the Beavers as well. I mean, both teams come in, you know, tied for third in penalties per game at 4.5 each. So, you know, we'll probably expect some more penalties, not just, like I said, today, but also tomorrow too, as we've already seen some chippiness. So you might see some penalties that might not be too happy from either coach, but just being able to maximize on those opportunities.
Offsides against the Falcons, face-off out to center ice. Tyler Hodson sweeps it back to his guys on the defensive end, and now Breck McKinley takes it up. Very solid offensive player here early, especially the way he's been passing and skating. Gloved by Quinn Emerson and kept inside the blue line by McKinley. On the right wing, now Bemidji will have clear possession at the center of their ice, and it's ice back down to the other end. So under a minute left to play in the power play. BG's yet to have a real quality chance. Back for Duran to take up. Duran to the left wing. It's pushed up. He's nearly tripped up by Perek. Now to the right wing, Quinn Emerson down to the goal line. Spun back around by Tyler Hodson. Hodson out to the blue line. McKinley out to the left wing. Some pretty far open ice. Now McKinley to the right wing. Tyler Hodson still with the puck. He's got a power play goal this season. Hodson feeds it to the left wing. Ben Duran is there. 15 seconds left to play in the power play. McKinley to Hodson. Hodson a slap shot. Kicked up in the air by Rathan Robbins in the goal for Bemidji. Outside of the blue line again. BG will have to recenter quickly. 5 seconds left to play and man advantage time for BG. Still tied 1-1. McKinley is decked. Bemidji gets the puck back. McLean comes out of the box and Falcons will have to get a change as here's a gloved puck and a freezing of play by Robbins, and a successful penalty kill for Bemidji, who just adds onto a pretty solid penalty kill here early.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that was a really impressive penalty kill. Really only about 2 opportunities for Bowling Green to see if they could add on, but unfortunately just couldn't find it. So yeah, very impressive penalty kill by Bemidji State. I mean, they rank 7th in the CCHA for penalty kill at 72.7%. Killing it off that time. So
Bowling Green still in the O-zone. Simonovic tosses it in. Jeremy Minville wearing number 8, freshman for the Falcons. 11 freshmen on the roster, 3 transfers, 14 total newcomers for Bowling Green, who fields a 27-man roster. Simonovic dumps it back down. Minville is hit away from the puck right by the goal as he was trying to establish himself net front. Stjernberg out to center ice. Simonovic pokes it to Minville. Minville to Brett Foe. Brett Foe is tossed down away from the play by fellow number 13, Ben Vigneault. Back down into the zone. Riley Funk gets the puck away, out to the blue line. Now Bowling Green setting some stuff up. Dalton Norris, slap shot in, is blocked by Bemidji. Another feed across, and Robbins gets a kicker on it. It's out to center ice, down into the Bowling Green end for an icing against the Beavers. They will miss out on a change. And most likely Bowling Green will put their offensive unit out here to try and take advantage of a tired group.
Yeah, 5:33 to go left in the first. You're already out shooting Bemidji State pretty much with almost every opportunity you have. I mean, Bemidji State was able to score on their first true opportunity, but other than that, they really haven't been able to produce much offense. So you're right, maximize the opportunity with the tired legs for Bemidji.
14 shots, 5 shots on goal for the Falcons, who scored the first goal of the game. It was Quinn Emerson's first of the season. And then a bit after, a 2-on-1 breakaway for Bemidji, and Max Vieg scored his first goal of the season. So 1-1 tie here with 5:15 left to play in the first period. Bemidji with the puck in center ice. Played it to Quinn Emerson. Whistle's gonna blow. Norris was tied up with Adam Fleming in front of the penalty boxes. Didn't get to see what the call was, but it looks like Fleming and Norris are each gonna serve out 2. So we're gonna get 4-on-4 hockey here in the Slater Family Ice Arena. They both get it for Ruffin. Fleming, a senior right winger, St. Michael, Minnesota native, 38 games played last season, 18 points, 5 goals and 13 assists. 3 game-winning goals for Fleming as well, one of them coming against Bowling Green.
The captain's second penalty for the Falcons this season. Dalton Norris finds his way in the box. I mean, you'll see that every now and then with, like I said, the CCHA is such a close type of conference where, like, you see these teams so much that, you know, sometimes it gets out of hand a little bit, and, you know, we saw that right there. I don't think I would have called the penalty, but just kind of how it is sometimes.
Crampton and McKinley, the only skaters on the ice for the Falcons right now. They're trying to sort out which forwards are going to go, and it's Hodson and Jaden Grant. So the top 2 goal scorers for the Falcons out there on the ice for the 4-on-4. Braden Crampton has a goal as a defenseman. Breck McKinley's got 3 assists. One of the best passing players right now for the Falcons, and draws one back into the Bowling Green end. 4-on-4 hockey, much more ice to work with. Bowling Green is a better skating team than Bemidji, so should play into their hands a bit more. Tyler Hodson with the puck behind the goal line. Bemidji gets the puck away as they mug Tyler Hodson behind it. Falcons kind of get into a defensive formation. Jaden Grant on the forecheck in the Bemidji State zone. Mitch Wolf, Hudson Thornton playing tag with the puck. Riley Funk takes it in on the left wing. Tyler Palmer has a save with his right shoulder. Pass out to the blue line is intercepted by Jaden Grant. Hodson feeds it into the O-zone as he's knocked down to the ice. Stjernberg gets lucky there. He was a step behind Mitch Wolf, who was ranging into the O-zone for Bemidji. Jackson Niedermeyer out there for BG. With the puck outside his blue line, he gets mugged. Oliver Peer with the shot across the blue paint. Palmer lets it go, and it caroms back down into the Bemidji end. No icing with no touch by the Falcons. Oliver Peer, 4 goals, 4 assists in his first season with Bemidji. Transfer from University of New Brunswick. A junior in his first season in NCAA. 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. Out at the blue line. Peer dumps it back down to Van Uhas. Uhas down at the goal line. Searching for a pass. He gets it out to Max Vieg at the blue line. Vieg takes it down to the left wing. Has the goal for Bemidji, which tied it up 1-1. To middle on the CCHA logo. Now to the right side. He's just skating around with the puck. Makes a move there on Noah Morneau. Stjernberg steps up to play defense on Vieg. It's outside the blue line. Ranging in there is Brody Waters to try and play the puck, and Robbins comes out to about the blue line to slap the puck away from Waters, who would have had a 1-on-1 had Robbins not made a good play, technically defensively. Bemidji stayed with the puck still in the O-zone. Down to the goal line, it's Kirkland Irie. Irie gets some open ice in front of him. Back out to full strength, 5-on-5 now for Bowling Green and Bemidji. It was even strength, but not full. 5-on-5 hockey once more. 1-1 between Bowling Green and Bemidji. Under 3 left to play here in the first period. Ryman knocks down Nemenstikov. It's out to center ice. Quinn Emerson on the forecheck. Corcoran. His pass is intercepted by Braden Crampton. Crampton, the defenseman, slaps it into the O zone, offsides against the Falcons, and the face-off will come out into the neutral zone.
Saw some more opportunities right there by Bemidji State, being able to keep the puck near Bowling Green's end here, but just couldn't land one.
BG 15-7 on draws, a lot of them happening toward the O-zone side of the Slater Family Ice Arena. Connor Levis in for the draw. Been a minute since his line has been out. Levis, Foe, and Minville. McKinley and Korodiak, the defensive pairings, which tend to get tossed up a bit as it gets later on in the periods. Korodiak goes for a hit on Noah Quinn, and it kind of turns back on him as he's the one that hits the deck. Levis to Minville on the right side. Minville with speed to Brett Foe. Brett Foe's got speed as well, but loses the edge of his skate. And now Bemidji back the other way. Jackson Panzer to the right wing. McLennan. I'm sorry, that's McLean. Panzer gets a touch on the puck. Down to the goal line again. Brett Foe tying the puck up. Levis gets it away. Out to center ice for Minville to chase. Bemidji's got the puck in their own zone. 2 minutes left to play in the first period. Still 1-1. Dalton Norris with the puck now on the left wing. His shot in off of the stick of Thornton and up into the netting. We'll get another stoppage of play and a face-off in the BGO zone.
Kind of a slow start for both teams, but both teams kind of easing their way into this thing. Almost identical in shots. Bowling Green with 5, Bemidji State with 4. So, I mean, we knew that going in that, you know, sometimes these two teams, and any team in the CCHA rather, needs a little time to get settled in.
Face-off dropped, won by BG. Hodson back out to Norris at the blue line on the left wing. Waters wraps it around, and the cleanup attempt by the Falcons won't land. It was Tyler Hodson that got there in front to try and clean it up. Palmer plays the puck around to Stjernberg. Goose takes it up into neutral zone. Feed to the left wing. Jaden Grant can't settle the puck down and slapped back into the other end of the ice from Bemidji. And it'll be an icing against the Beavers. Bemidji's really struggled to control where the puck has been. I mean, they haven't really set up anything offensively outside of the 4-on-4 that they dominated.
Yeah, I mean, really, like you said, other really than that 4-on-4, they really haven't anything set up. And even on that 4-on-4, they missed some opportunities. Like you mentioned, Stjernberg was kind of out of place at one point, and then Wolf just happened to mishandle the puck there. So they seem kind of out of sync, in my opinion.
Crampton with a shot in, knocked down by Quinn Emerson, who was battling net front. Ben Duran gets the clearing feed off of the stick, keeps it inside the blue line. Bowling Green still got a chance at offense. The lead pass up is for McLennan. McLennan gets pushed away from the puck. It's played by the Falcons, who seem to always have two guys back. That was the benefit of last year's team with solid defensemen, and Bowling Green's continuing that with younger defensemen or newer defensemen this year. Quinn Emerson down to Ryman. Ryman pushed into the corner by Thornton. Bemidji's got the puck back out. Pass to the left wing. Casper Magnuson with the puck, backhands it in. Mitch Wolf will step into the offensive zone, gets it back to Magnuson. Magnuson with a shot into the chest of Tyler Palmer, and he gets yet another save. That's 5 on the game so far for Tyler Palmer with the goal allowed. Rathan Robbins has got 5 with the goal allowed as well. .45 seconds left to play in the first period, still 1-1. The Rick Crow first intermission report coming up, being done by Dan Ridenauer, our board operator today, and he's going to be doing our intermission and post-game reports as well. Hodson battling with Mitch Wolf on the right wing of Bemidji State's O-zone, out to the blue line. Thornton with the puck. Tries to put a move on Brody Waters, but he stays with him. Now open ice here for Mitch Wolf. Wolf from the left wing. Stjernberg intercepts the puck. Leaves it back down for BG. Stjernberg's tripped up. A penalty coming here to Bemidji. Late stages of the first period. Probably going to be on Magnuson or Pierre again. Magnuson would have 2 if he gets sent to the box.
Call it a high stick here. Depends on who it is.
A box is open to Bemidji. It's going to be Adam Fleming skating off. Yeah, Sternberg was kind of tied up. Fleming got his stick into the neck.
Stick right into the neck.
Of Sternberg there, which knocked him down to his feet.
That's where that cage really helps in. I know it's not in the NHL, but in college it really helps, especially with a high stick like that.
And yet still almost every player you ask would say that they'd rather not wear it.
They'd rather not wear it. I mean, that's just the life of a hockey player, right? Some of the toughest guys you'll meet. But, I mean, they got 23.6 seconds to try and bury in the back of the net with the man advantage here still in the first.
Slap shot from Norris, a wicked one, but it's blocked by Wolf and up into the netting. So BG will get another try at some offense. 16.9 seconds left to play in the first period, and they'll have probably about a minute 40 to start the second period. A good way to start it, always with a man advantage. Jaden Grant in the dot for BG. Loses the face-off to Bemidji. Kirkland Irie dumps it down. 10 seconds left in the first period. BG maybe has time for one more drive. Crampton to the left wing. Grant is bumped up. Ryman back around. And Crampton with a cursory shot in as time expired. 1-1 here after one full period of play. The Falcons and the Beavers tied all up at 1. Second period and the first intermission report coming up. Dan Ridenauer, you'll hear from him in a minute. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Dude, that's already...
If you ever miss the Zig Zone on Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM or just want to re-listen to the program, each show is posted in full on bgfalconmedia.com with timestamps so you can skip ahead to your favorite part.
Unlike other local sources, Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media will never charge a paywall to view our content. However, if you are looking to support student media, you can donate at the bottom of our stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
And welcome everybody to the Colleen Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. Hockey Halloween to everyone out there. I'm Dan Ridenauer. We got Sean and Ben. They're calling the game at the Slater Family Ice Arena for Bowling Green's home opener here tonight. Looking into it, the Falcons are tied up 1-1 against the Bemidji State Beavers. Looking forward to a lot of work going in with that. Bowling Green would get on the board first and make it a 1-0 game right out of the gate. They really needed to get that and a lot. And then just rolling along, we would see Bemidji follow suit, and they would do the same exact thing. But what a day it was. Bowling Green going to get out there on the first. Some notable things as well. Only 11 shots so far in the period that actually went on net. Bowling Green would attempt 18, only 6 of them, so 1 out of every 3. And then Bemidji State would only attempt 7, and then 5 would go on net. And then so far as well, Bowling Green would have 2 power plays so far in this period. They'd go 0 for 2 on that. We have yet to see Bemidji in that situation, as they had 3 and were forced to kill all of them, and yet Bowling Green did not score on the power play, so that would go clean slate for them. But overall, looking forward to a lot so far. We'll get right back into it a little more in depth when we come back. This is the Rick Crow Intermission Report.
Complement your WBGU radio experience with additional content available online. Subscribe to our social media feeds on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to receive information about special events, promotional activities, and the program schedule. Stay connected with WBGU wherever you go and return to Radio Freedom. 88.1 FM WBGU Bowling Green, Ohio.
My name is Malcolm Johnson Jr., senior wide receiver, and my Falcon 4 favorite NFL teams are the Ravens, because it's in my hometown, the Texans, because Stephon Diggs, and he's from Maryland, the New York Giants, because, well, I love their colors, and the Commanders, because my favorite NFL player is Sean Taylor. Go Falcons.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Colleen Center. Dan Ridenour here joining you. As we mentioned before the break, Bowling Green would get on the board first, and we would see a lot more action. Quinn Emerson going to be the Falcon to score and get things going right out of the gate. A good look for them so far, as Palmer will be getting the attempt in net, has only given up 1 goal on the 4 shots. He has an .800 save percentage so far, so he's going to be looking to get that up just a little bit. But so far, so good, as we're seeing a little bit more unfold. And if you want to take it, through and through on actually what could happen on the offensive side for Bowling Green, and then with Bemidji as well, they're actually starting to play out really well, where it truly counts, just beginning at the face-off. Bowling Green would win 18 of the total 28 times that we were able to see that. And so that's what we saw as well. And also 18 shots on net, with one of them going to the back of the net. So far, so good. Looking for them getting a 94% on that test, if you want to count it as such. But so far and so good is for them, and Bowling Green trying to get out there, trying to get everything going. Currently, Dalton Norris with 4 shots on net, leading the Falcons so far indeed. And then Bemidji State also trying to get things going along for them, but we'll see what they can do as a team. They got to play a little more discipline, and Ben kind of talked about it on the broadcast earlier. Of the discipline, we saw a little bit of that chippiness beginning early on, and it's something we expected. Both these teams have followed each other from the CCHA to the WCHA. They've known each other for a long time, and if you want to talk about just a long time as well, head coach Todd Sarator for the Bemidji State Beavers being this 24th season at the helm of them, so some familiarity, as Bowling Green has head coach Dennis Williams in his 2nd season, but also only one of 24 coaches currently in college hockey who is at the helm of their alma mater. And so we're going to see what else can unfold with that. So far, Bowling Green is definitely controlling the puck on the offensive side. Bemidji State's downfall so far has been the discipline. And so they're going to have to get right back on that. But currently a tied-up game. And let's take a look at the rest of the CCHA. Michigan Tech will travel to Potsdam, New York to take on the Clarkson Golden Knights. They are in the 2nd period right now. Michigan Tech has the lead on that. And some other games, Lindenwood taking on Ferris State. That is at the end of the 1st period. Tied up like our game, except it's 2 goose eggs. Nobody has scored in that at all. And then St. Lawrence taking on Lake Superior. The Lakers have a 1-0 lead with 13:53 left in the 2nd period. And then let's take a look at the rest of college hockey as it stands. Ohio State, the Buckeyes taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. That is a 2-2 game. A former conference mate of BG and Alaska Fairbanks is losing to the Princeton Tigers right now. Cornell and Massachusetts are tied up at 1-1, just like us at the end of the 1st period. And then Michigan and Notre Dame, the Wolverines, have a 1-0 lead over the Fighting Irish. So we'll see what else is to come from that. And then the defending national champs will play at 8 p.m. as they take on St. Cloud State. So we're going to send it back for now, and we're going to be right back. This is the Intermission Report.
My name is Kay Eigner. I'm number 17 on the women's volleyball team, and my Falcon 4 bucket list places are probably anywhere in British Columbia, Canada, Vail, Colorado in the wintertime, Portofino, and Stockholm, Sweden.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
There There's so much more WBGU content available online through our social media profiles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our feeds to get the most up-to-date information about the program schedule, show hosts, and upcoming promotional events. Return to Radio Freedom with WBGU on 88.1 FM, Northwest Ohio's community radio station.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Rick Crow Intermission Report, a lifelong fan of Falcon hockey and 88.1. So thank you so much. I'm Dan Ridenour, joining you in studio at the Colleen Center. And let's just take another final look heading into the second period. Overall, Bemidji State is going to be more disciplined. Max Vig will bail them out with 1 goal so far to keep them in this game, as Quinn Emerson struck first in the overall game. So he was able to get the first treat, but Max Vig ended up having a little trick up his sleeve to make it a little more scary for Bowling Green in the Madhouse on Mercer so far. But going to be interesting as well just to see what can happen. I mean, we see near the end kind of what was going on, where Jaden Grant was able to get a win, and then we saw on the face-off to kind of end the period, we saw a little bit more going on with that. But overall, it's really going to have to boil down to what team is going to want it more and what team is going to be more disciplined. Currently, as we've mentioned, the Achilles heel for Bemidji State has been the penalties. They've just been unable to play disciplined hockey, and you're going to see that a little bit. Maybe part of it is something that you have in terms of what you're going to want, and I mean, just a lot of interesting factors are going to go into it in terms of being disciplined, and that's something that Bowling Green hasn't been perfect on. They've had their own fair share of penalties with only 1 so far in the game, but Bemidji has 3, and currently some things that you want to look at that. And that's pretty notable to mention. Another notable thing that we have just gotten word on is former Falcons Brandon Cruz and Sam Craggs having a little trick and another treat going to be in the Madhouse on Mercer, as well as the one and only number 3 in Rob Blake as well in the crowd tonight. So let's see the game. They will watch the game we're going to be watching with Ben and Sean to bring you all the action. We'll be right back in just a moment. This has been the Rick Crow Intermission Report.
This is Northwest Ohio's community radio station, WBGU 88.1 FM. Like, follow, and subscribe to our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter feeds for access to special content, program, and DJ information, and so much more. Return to Radio Freedom with the WBGU on 88.1 FM and online social media profiles. Thanks for listening to WBGU Bowling Green.
On February 21st, 2025, BGSU men's basketball upset Toledo at Savage Arena for the first time since 2021, defeating the Rockets 69-68. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the game-winning moment on Falcon Radio.
Johnson inbounds to Campbell. They do not foul. Bowling Green marches into Savage Arena, exacts revenge on the Toledo Rockets, and gets a much-needed conference victory over their arch rivals, defeating Toledo 69-68. What an improbable win for the Bowling Green Falcons.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
If you served honorably in our nation's armed forces and you're looking for a way to continue serving your fellow veterans in your community, then join AMVETS. Each year, AMVETS members volunteer millions of hours at VA healthcare facilities from coast to coast, helping to improve the lives of their fellow veterans through the VA Voluntary Services Program. AMVETS posts and departments also participate in a wide variety of community service projects, ranging from Americanism in our schools to supporting the Special Olympics and Boy Scouts of America. If you no longer wear the uniform today, you can still serve through the AMVETS by joining today at amvets.org.
If you're a veteran looking to file for your service-connected benefits through the Department of Veterans Affairs, don't go it alone. AMVET's highly trained service officers stand ready to walk you through the process at VA regional offices around the country, helping you to navigate the complex VA system free of charge. With new presumptions for Agent Orange exposure and other conditions, AMVETS can offer you the advice you need to finally receive all of your earned benefits. In 2009 alone, AMVETS helped process more than 65,000 claims and appeals, securing more than $410 million in benefits. To find your nearest AMVET service officer or to learn more, visit amvets.org.
Smokey the Bear. Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do. What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at smokeybear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Unlike other local sources, Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media will never charge a paywall to view our content. However, if you are looking to support student media, you can donate at the bottom of our stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
You are tuned into live BGSU hockey coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM from the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here in the Slater Family Ice Arena, Bowling Green and Bemidji State tied 1-1 after 20 minutes of play here. The season opener for Bowling Green Hockey's Central Collegiate Hockey Association schedule. Sean Connolly, myself, Ben Korak from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Pick the Stick update. Lucas Kleinmeyer chose Quinn Emerson, who has a goal in this game. Lucas has 2 points toward his season total. Tyler Kavelitz, who chose Tyler Hodson. Sean, you chose Jaden Grant. Myself, Tyler Palmer. Well, Tyler and Sean don't have any points yet. Neither Hodson nor Grant has scored. I have 2 points for Tyler Palmer, but he's given up a goal, so I lost 1. And a relatively boring first period, I'd say, Sean, considering especially earlier there was not a lot of offense, and even just in totals, not too many shots on goal either.
Yeah, I mean, both goals that they did score weren't really necessarily really set up. I mean, they were really nice plays, don't get me wrong, but nothing that was really in the zone for more than a couple seconds. They just happened to capitalize on both opportunities that was given to them. But, I mean, something I mentioned to you out of the break, Bemidji has 3 penalties already to this game. I know one was technically canceled out because Dalton Norris found himself in the box as well. But, yeah, I mean, 3 penalties by Bemidji State. They really got to clean that up if they really want a chance in this game.
Falcons got a 5-on-4 to start the second period for about a minute 20. This one's cleared all the way around outside of the blue line, so the Falcons will have to retouch up. Waters, Morneau, and Ryman out there forwards for the Falcons. Braden Crampton has been a staple on the power play in his rookie campaign. He gets tripped up there on his own blue line. Now the Falcons with the puck on the right wing, fed down, Morneau to chase. Max Vieg down there. He had the goal in the first period for Bemidji that tied the game up at 1. 19:20 left to play in the second period. Under a minute left to play in the man advantage for the Falcons. It's Adam Fleming in the box for tripping. Braden Crampton takes it up through his own zone, off to Ben Duran. Ben Duran tips it into the half wall. Jaden Grant battling for the puck. Hodson feeds it over into center. Ben Duran takes the puck out to the blue line. Duran with it on the left wing. High wheel working in. His shot is gloved by Rathan Robbins. 29 seconds left to play, and the man advantage for the Falcons, and BG gets a face-off in the O-zone.
Good opportunity there for the Falcons, but a better save by Rathan Robbins, being able to save that puck. I mean, that was a really nice shot. I mean, they got 29 seconds to work with on this man advantage, still in their zone.
Jaden Grant in for the draw with Riley Funk. Funk is senior, a very solid face-off man as well. Grant wins this one back, however. McKinley, been a great passer here early, has an assist on the Quinn Emerson goal. That's hit Quinn Emerson's first of the season. Durant out to the blue line. McKinley can't keep it in. Got to keep your stick on the ice, and it's cleared back down into the Bowling Green end. 10 seconds left, enough for one more rush if you're the Falcons. They got to go fast. Fleming will come out of the box. Hodson puts it down beyond the goal line. Fleming comes out of the box. BG in the offensive zone. He's got a long skate to get back into the play, and he does so to cut off the Bowling Green blue liners. Now Adam Fleming comes up with the puck. He takes it in through center, tries to split Jaden Grant. Grant forces him to the right wing. Puck bounces off the half wall over to Tyler Palmer, and he'll cover it up, get his guys a change, and opt for a faceoff.
Really not effective out of the period power play for the Falcons. Only really one shot on goal. Just unfortunate to come up with nothing on the man advantage. Like I said, 3 opportunities for the Falcons from Bemidji State power plays, or penalties rather.
Oliver Peer in for the draw, transfer from New Brunswick, played last season or 2 seasons ago for 2 OHL teams, and then played for Fort Wayne in the ECHL last season. Still has eligibility left, but he's played some minor league hockey, which is a step above a lot of these, actually all of the players on the ice. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists this season as Bemidji takes the puck out to center ice. Lead pass up. Stjernberg ties up his man. Casper Magnuson on the left wing. His shot is wide of the goal. Palmer lets it fly. Dumped back down and behind. Karodiak will let it go. Stjernberg will catch the body of Magnuson. It's back down to the goal line. Karodiak guarding the blue paint. Fleming looking to get some open ice to get a pass off. He's got it. He's out to the left wing. Puts the brakes on. Stjernberg still guarding him. It's over into the middle. Crossed and knocked in. Adam Fleming knocks it out of the air past Tyler Palmer. Pretty close into the blue paint, so we'll see if he was too far in. But right now, Bemidji's got a 2-1 lead.
I'm sure they'll take a look and even look at the stick, too. I mean, I don't know if that was tipped in or if it just happened to bounce into the back of the net. But like I said, they'll definitely take a look to see if there was goaltender interference. I didn't think there was, but
anytime you get that tight end with the tender, it's pretty close.
I mean, did that hit off of a stick?
Yeah, Magnuson and Fleming both kind of slapping at the puck there. Didn't see exactly who got it. So the press box will have a devil of a time figuring out assists and goals for that. But Bemidji with a 2-1 lead here with 17 minutes left to play here in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't blame Palmer for that one right there.
No.
Just happened to be a bad bounce that happened to be in the back of the net and in favor of Bemidji State. So you're just going to have to rebound from that for the if you're the Falcons on offense. Get that one back for your goaltender.
Panzer looks to flip it up outside the blue line. Minville takes a body, almost keeps the puck in, but it inevitably clears outside of the O-zone. Falcons on a 2-man forecheck now. Foe finishes a check. Quinn with the puck out to center ice. Panzer gets tied up. Back into the D-zone for Bowling Green and dumped back up for Simonovic, who will get called for an icing. And it'll be a face-off next to Tyler Palmer. Palmer with 2 goals allowed now and 6 saves. He hasn't been tested too much, but not too many high-quality opportunities for either Bowling Green or Bemidji State. Only a total of 15 shots on goal between each team.
Looks like they gave the goal to Fleming. I'm not sure who they assisted it with, but
looks like Peer and Magnuson.
And that always could be overturned as well. Of course, if they see something that it landed on, maybe an extra stick. But as it stands right now, Fleming gets the goal for the Beavers.
Yeah, Peer and Magnuson will be the 2 assists on the Adam Fleming goal. 2:43.
Already 8 points this year. Now he's with his 9th, so he's also averaging a point a game for the Beavers. We mentioned Pier earlier. So your horses are already working hard if you're Bemidji.
Fed over in front on the blue paint, almost filled in by Kirkland Irie. The puck was dancing on the doorstep in front of Tyler Palmer. They get another try here and fed in once more. Looked like Van Uhas from the right wing took it from the goal line. Bowling Green's defense is just falling apart here early in the second period. 15:56 left to play, and Bemidji's got a 3-1 lead.
Really seemed like the first goal of the period by Bemidji a few minutes ago really just set the tone for the Falcons. I mean, in that goal right there, it just seemed a little lazy by the defense, unable to help out the goaltender.
It was Max Nemesnikov, actually, just a rookie, the freshman from Guelph in the Ontario Hockey League, scored his second goal of the season. Numbers a bit inflated for Bemidji. They've played 8 games to Bowling Green's 4 coming into today's match. But Bemidji with a 3-1 lead on 2 more shots on goal now than the Falcons. Sternberg with the puck behind his goal. Pass up off the half wall. Bemidji, it's turned back over. It's going to be a hand pass against the Beavers who touched that puck. Referees looked like they were going to let it go, but Riley Funk with the first touch there. Nemesnikov, unassisted goal.
4.5 minutes in already. It's been all Bemidji State. 2 goals, 4 shots on goal, and the Falcons have yet to record a shot in this second period.
Tom Saratori talking with the officials here in the Slater Family Ice Arena, the home opener for Bowling Green hockey in the regular season. They played 2 exhibition games, one against Robert Morris 4 weeks ago, one against Windsor 2 weeks ago, and split the time between a road series at Niagara and then their first CCHA series against Lake State. 2 wins for the Falcons, 6 points overall, set atop of the CCHA with only 3 teams yet to play CCHA games. Connor Levis in his own zone, out to central ice, and Luke Roloffs will come away with the puck. He flips it up to McLennan, and now Bowling Green with a bit of offense now. They push it in for Brandon Wynot to chase. Grabbed by Roloffs again. Down at the goal line, dumped back down by Van Uhas. And it'll be an icing, I believe. It will against Bemidji with 14:48 left to play in the second period.
In my opinion, a huge face-off here. As mentioned earlier, Bowling Green and Bemidji, both really good face-off teams heading into this one. And if you win this, get a couple shots on goal. I mean, the next goal is very pivotal for either team. If you're Bowling Green, you get within 1, but if you're Bemidji State and you score the next one, I mean, that's a 3-goal advantage that you have to your name. So I would say next goal is very important.
Goal at about the 240 mark, a goal at about the 4 mark. Robbins makes a pretty nice save there. Riley Funk comes away with the puck defensively and gets it out to neutral ice. BG with that face-off in the O-zone, got a quick shot off. But Rathan Robbins is able to shut it down. Sitting behind Matthias Scholl last season. Scholl, 2023-24 goaltender of the year. Robbins played a couple of games, about 4. But Matthias Scholl stood on his head against Bowling Green last season, played all 4 games against the Falcons. And Bowling Green came away with 1 win, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss, and 1 shootout loss last season. Took 4 of an available 12 points through the 4 games against the Beavers. Bank pass up to center ice. Jeremy Minville can't settle it down. Flameng dumps it back down. But Bemidji can kind of play a more defensive game now. Although Bowling Green is prone to scoring in bunches. Minville battling for the puck in the O-zone. The Falcons get a change instead of putting together some offense. Norris will push Flameng into the corner and turn the puck over to McKinley. In their own zone, the Falcons take it up outside their own blue line, up to Thornton. Thornton slaps it into the Bowling Green corner, and 2 orange and brown players will be the first ones back. Up to Ryman. Ryman keeps it in. Here's a shot from Kirkland Irie from deep, and it sails wide. Down behind the goal, Vincent LaBelle playing with Max Nemesnikov and Kirkland Irie. Haven't said his name too much. Here's a bounding puck toward Tyler Palmer, and he shuts the play down. 3-1, Bemidji leads. 13 minutes left to play in the second period.
Still have yet to record a shot for the Falcons on goal. To Bemidji's 5 already this period.
BG's taking more total shots, 20-14, but are trailing in shots on goal 7-11. Not what you want to see if you're a Willie. You can take as many shots as you want. If they're not getting on goal, you're not going to be able to find the back of the net. Grant is pieced up against the half wall. Simonovic puts the brakes on. Puck is away. Nemesnikov gets the shot in, and it's saved by Tyler Palmer in the Bowling Green goal, who's in front of the Falcon student section on the right side of your radio dial now. Palmer, 3 goals allowed, 8 saves. Hasn't had too much help defensively, though. BG will get first change, it looks like. They'll face off in their own zone. Jake McLean stepping in to take the draw. McLean scored a goal in each game against Alaska Anchorage, the first 2 games of the season. Had a game winner in the second game against Alaska Anchorage, up in Anchorage. That's his only 2 goals on the season. He's added 2 assists since. This shot, a quick one by Jackson Panzer, wings wide. Palmer let it go to the glass. That now reads Izigi. Signs painted by the bleacher creatures in the Falcon student section. Pass across the slot, a good chance there, but nobody from the Beavers to clean it up. McLean, another shot in, blocked by Bowling Green. They had numbers the other way, but the pass is a bit long for Brandon Wynot. Puck is played by Robbins around the other side. Levis looks to keep it inside the blue line, but it's not outed by nice passing from Bemidji. McLean ranging in to fight with Ivan Korodiak for the puck. Korodiak's been a little bit absent today. More of a defensive defenseman, although has been known to contribute some shots and a little bit of offense. As here's a whistle, a stoppage. That defensive pairing, though, Gustav Stjernberg, Ivan Korodiak, both 6'4", both over 200 pounds. Those are big boys playing on the same pairing for the Falcons. Korodiak out there now with McKinley. Face off at direct center ice. Riley Funk against Ben Duran. "12 minutes left to play in the second period. 3-1. Bemidji leads. Goals by Adam Fleming and Max Nemesnikov at the 2:40 mark and the 4-minute mark. Bowling Green entered into the second period with a power play and a 1-1 tie. And then after that power play, Bemidji's just dominated. Kept the puck in the O-zone quite a large portion of the time. Duran feeds it over in the center. He's not going to get there in time. Corcoran gets the puck around. McLennan's got the puck on the half wall. Ryman goes for a bump. 2-man forecheck for the Falcons again. Bemidji looks to split the defense. Funk knocks it in off of his stick. Crosses over into the center. McLennan with a nice shot, and it's saved by Tyler Palmer down to the half wall. Outside of the Bowling Green zone, Funk feeds it back in. McLennan on the forecheck to play with Tyler Palmer, who fields the puck behind his net. Tipped down by Brett Foe. Foe will leave it in, let his guys get a change. Waters on the forecheck. Hodson and Grant out as forwards as well.
Broken stick.
Gustav Stjernberg just almost crushed Casper Magnuson.
They're going to call penalty. Or no, they're just going to put the...
Yeah, they're just taking the stick off
For
the
a
ice,
second,
possibly.
I was like, you can't call a penalty on that, but no, they're just cleaning up the stick.
I mean, he did take like 5 steps into Casper Magnuson, who had the puck at his feet.
A huge hit.
See the replay here.
Right there.
I mean, he just missed him.
Already, it seemed like a pretty big hit, even without the contact. I mean, a broken stick
Could
already.
have almost got that knee-to-knee contact penalty that they call sometimes now in college hockey.
I mean, that's just the defensive play right there by Stjernberg.
I mean, you got to let that go. Puck behind the goal line in the Bowling Green O-zone. Adam Fleming flips it out to center ice. Stjernberg from beyond the opposing blue line. Waters loses track of the puck. Fleming messing with Waters to get the puck back. Hodson in there as well, puts a check on. The puck is back into the Bowling Green end. Palmer plays it with the backhand to the right wing. Waters, Grant's pushed up against the boards. Oliver Peer gazing in there to try and come up with the puck. It's dumped back down to the Bemidji State end, and it's an icing against the Falcons. A long shift for these forwards, especially Waters, Hodson, and Grant. Very experienced line. Hodson is first year with the team, but a junior. Waters also a junior. And Jaden Grant, an alternate captain and a senior. Three to 1, Bemidji State leads. Closing in on halfway in the second period. Bowling Green's first home regular season game of 2025-2026. As a shot from deep is gloved by Palmer. He'll opt for another faceoff. Big series as well here, Sean, to at least take 3 points, be able to come away with a win. Bemidji had a very strong series last week, took 5 out of 6 points against Augustana, who's a pretty top CCHA team.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, I mean, these are two teams that, you know, they're going to face off again in January, but you got to take as much points as you can in these early matchups. You know, whether that's Bemidji State, Lake Superior State, whoever you play in these early matchups in the CCHA, you got to maximize the opportunities. I mean, I know it's only been a couple series, or only really one series for each CCHA team, but, you know, being able to maximize those points. I mean, it's bunched up at the top, but still. I believe Michigan Tech and Bowling Green are tied at 6 points apiece in the CCHA standings. I believe Bemidji State just one behind them at 5. So, I mean, these are early points that are very crucial.
Face-off won by Bemidji. The face-off wins have dried up a bit for the Falcons, but they still lead 26-18 in draws. The lead pass intended for Max Martin will not catch the stick of Martin, and it's another icing against Bowling Green. So a face-off in the O zone, followed by a face-off in the D zone. Northern Michigan and Augustana going on today as well, tied at 0 about midway in the first period. Minnesota State and St. Thomas in the brand new Anderson Arena that St. Thomas just built. It's their first year playing in that arena after playing in St. Thomas Ice Arena the last couple of seasons. Crossing pass into the slot by Jackson Niedermeyer. He's out to center ice. Brett Foe with the puck. Nice stick work there. He puts a shot out the goal, but it won't connect with either Robbins or the goal. Pass over into the slot is just a bit too hard for Jeremy Minville. Minville puts the puck into the boards. It's pinned up by the Falcons. Corcoran gets the puck away. Kind of turns it over to Noah Morneau there. Morneau gets it away. Bowling Green with numbers. Shot in and a score. What a chance. Tipped in by Jeremy Minville. His first goal of the season. The Falcons will keep that puck, and it brings the game within 1.
What a goal right there, and an opportunity that really didn't seem like an opportunity at first. He kind of just shot it at the net. It just happened to go in. You mentioned it, Minville's first goal of the year, and you bet you they're going to save that one. And it comes at a crucial time. I mentioned the next goal is probably going to be the most critical of the game, and that one right there, it makes just now a one-score game. Crowd's back into it. 3-2, 9:24 to go here in the second period.
Morneau with the behind the net half wall battle. He won it, and it's out to Brett Foe. Brett Foe, his shot in, a very nice one, but it went off the chest, it looked like, of Jeremy Minville. So a goal without a stick for the freshman winger for the Falcons. Grant's knocked down to the ice. Tyler Hodson with the puck down at the goal line. BG immediately back in the offensive zone, which is good to see, still trailing 1. Another shot in. Brody Waters was battling in front of the net. McLennan takes the puck away now. He's pinned up behind the goal by Jaden Grant, or behind the goal line. Waters in there as well with Grant. And now Bemidji skates the puck away. As Thornton down the right wing, the defenseman pulls up at the blue line. Puck outside the blue line and taken back in now by Juhas. Juhas takes a blast from Sternberg. Sternberg's come out with a vengeance today. Here's a breakaway for Brandon Wynot. Wynot on the right wing. He's taken away from the play. Vieg takes a bump. Max Martin with the hit there. Out to center ice. Simonovic looking defeated inside the blue line again. Bit too much pressure there from Richard Simonovic. Crossing pass to Fleming. Fleming is decked after the pass didn't land. The shot in goes into Fleming. It's down as Fleming is still on his hands and knees. And now to Max Martin on the right wing. Back behind the goal, Simonovic with the puck. The transfer from Miami, who's had an outstanding season early so far through play in the NCHC. Simonovic off the high glass. Perek can't hold it in. Now why not another breakaway? On the left wing, he gets bumped with the puck by Max Vieg. A nice defensive play by the freshman on the freshman. Kasper Magnuson on the left wing, dumped in by Fleming as Bemidji will go for a change, and the Falcons with some pretty solid puck possession here the last couple of minutes, Sean.
Yeah, definitely able to create more opportunities.
Crossing pass, a nice chance again. Jaden Grant fed in by Tyler Hodson. Hodson finishes his check against Noah Quinn. The puck out to the blue line. Dalton Norris, the captain, feeds it down to the goal line. Bringing it over in front, Grant ranging in again. Brody Waters down in front of the blue paint as well. It's a 3-on-3 the other way. Bemidji State getting the puck taken away by Braden Crampton. Norris takes a bump into the Bowling Green student section. Brett Foe back there as well, playing with Noah Quinn. Quinn will skate off for a change as his guys were pinning the puck in the O-zone. Crampton, the puck outside of the Falcon end. Now taking it in with speed is Vincent LaBelle. LaBelle to Magnuson. Magnuson with a shot to the half wall and around. Out to Minville. Minville scored the goal. His first a second ago, assisted by Noah Morneau and Brett Foe. Foe takes a big hit on the blue line corner. Irie gives it back. A good move and a score. What a goal by Bemidji. Irie with the pass. We'll see who gets the goal, but another defensive breakdown for the Falcons as it was Vincent LaBelle who gets his second goal of the season, his fourth total point, and gives Bemidji a 2-goal lead once more.
All the momentum the Falcons had is just crushed right there. Able to get it back to a one-score game, and you mentioned it. I mean, another defensive breakdown for the Falcons. Again, just a little lazy on their end, allowing their goaltender out there to die, just not really giving him much help over these past 2 goals. If they want to come back, they're going to have to sharpen that up come third period.
Pretty much a 2-on-1 with the defenseman and Tyler Palmer. Palmer's now given up 4 and really deserves to only have given up 1. Defensemen have really not helped him too much today, which has been such a strong group for the Falcons early in the season. Why Not's played a nice couple of shifts. Max Martin behind the goal line. Looks to center the pass, but it's taken back away by Issa Perek. Perek pins it up behind the goal. Under 6 minutes left to play in the second period. 4-2, Bemidji State leads Bowling Green. Out to center ice, Niedermeyer backhands it to Wynot, who was going for a change, takes a check there, and now will take a step off the ice. Ryman, Duran, and Emerson back on now for the Falcons. McLennan back behind the goal. It's still in the Bowling Green offensive zone. A whistle and a penalty. And a hooking is going to be against Quinn Emerson, it looks like. And the Falcons will go on to a penalty kill after our media timeout. This timeout brought to you by Juniper Brewing Company, proud creator of the Ale Ziggy Zumba, a light ale made in collaboration with Bowling Green Athletics. Fan favorite in the Madhouse on Mercer, also available at 145 South Main Street and downtown Bowling Green. For latest menu and Juniper Brewing Company details, go to juniperbrew.com. 4-2, Bemidji leads at the 5:27 mark at the latter parts of the second period. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hello, Falcons. I'm Dontrez Brown. I play defensive line here, and my Falcon 4 favorite TV shows is SpongeBob, Regular Show, Adventure Time, and iCarly. I like SpongeBob because, you know, just growing up, just seeing it on TV, it just made me laugh, and it still makes me laugh today. Adventure Time and Regular Show is kind of a mix. They just always have me laughing. And then iCarly, Sam Puckett is super funny, so. Go Falcons.
for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Check out the Zig Zone Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Riley Funk in for the draw with Jaden Grant for the Falcons. BG trails by 2. They had a 3-1 deficit, a goal by Jeremy Minville at the 10:36 mark about 5 minutes ago now of gameplay. Looked like Bowling Green was climbing back into it, and then a goal the other way by Bemidji. Vincent LaBelle gets his second of the season. And now also Quinn Emerson's going to serve 2 for hooking. The BG will have 2 minutes of probably minimal offense, which is what they need right now. Diving play to get it outside the zone by Jaden Grant off the draw. A nice one to waste some time. Magnuson, Flamang, Funk, and Oliver Peer, as Peer takes it up from his own zone with speed up to the left wing, passes it up to Riley Funk. Funk leaves it back now to Magnuson. Magnuson takes it over to center. Thornton with the puck in center. Looked for a one-timer, but the pass a little bit off its mark. Magnuson on the right wing. High wheel, now down to the wheel. Over into the center. Magnuson is nicely saved by Tyler Palmer. Thornton again in the middle to Magnuson again on the right wing. He feeds it down. Big check there. And the Bemidji player is still down. That's Riley Funk that just took a big check in center as the pass is coming in. Sternberg and Norris, the 2 defensemen, both wearing a letter on their left chest. Out to Jaden Grant from behind the goal line. Grant will waste some time. He'll skate around with the puck. He turns it back over. Maybe should have iced it. Now it's finally iced down by the Falcons. 45 seconds left to play in the power play for Bemidji. No power play goals so far, and we've had 6 scores total between these 2 teams.
Could have been a crucial mistake there by Grant if he wasn't able to get that one out. He was kind of fiddling around with it.
Max Martin in tight with Rathan Robbins and the Bemidji goal. That wasted a good chunk of time. About 25 seconds now that Bemidji has not been in the O-zone. Nemesnikov misses his pass. It's back to Issa Parek. Parek up to center ice. Kirkland Irie back to Parek. Parek weaves in. It's dumped back to McLennan. McLennan at the blue line, the forward playing as the 4th forward on this power play. McLennan's shot in is gloved by Palmer. A nice stop by the sophomore goaltender. 4 seconds left to play before Quinn Emerson comes out of the box.
I know there's still 4 seconds, but a very crucial penalty kill as it stands right now for the Falcons.
And a big face-off here as well if you're able to win it and ensure that they can't get an offensive try. Jake McLean, the junior centerman, will step into the dot to go against Noah Morneau. Morneau, a freshman, a lot of trust being put in these freshmen by head coach Dennis Williams to put them in especially penalty kill situations. They do kill off that last 4 seconds, so it's back up to even strength. Another successful penalty kill for the Falcons. Why not in there? Minville behind the goal. It's in tight with Robbins again. The Falcons are able to find the side of the cage quite handily. They just can't get in front of it, and they've only scored twice. Crampton chases the puck back into his own zone. Feed up to center, slapped in, and it's turned back over to Thornton. Thornton to the right wing, to McLean. McLean with a shot, deflected off of Simonovic. That could have been dangerous, but Palmer shut it off with his kicker. Roloff's his shot in, tipped by Thornton to avoid the icing. Bemidji pins it up behind the goal. 2:45 left to play in the second period. BG with the puck, ranging up through neutral ice. Tyler Hodson will be the first one there in the O-zone for the Falcons. Roloffs rings it back around. Cut off by Nemesnikov. Up to center ice. The pass for Irie is wide, but he'll have open ice to control the puck. He's got it in the right wing corner. Tried to find Wolf. It's dumped back down. This pass out to Max Vieg, who is ranging in toward the left wing dot, is off of the stick of Hodson. Hodson finishes his check against Wolf in the O-zone, but Bemidji still controls the puck. 2 minutes left to play in the second period. 4-2, Bemidji leads Bowling Green. Most recent goal, Vincent LaBelle, made it a 4-2 game after Jeremy Minville, the goal before that, brought the Falcons within 1. Max Martin chases the puck. Down in the Bemidji State end, Max Vieg narrowly avoids a big check. He gets the puck away to Oliver Peer. Out to Flameng. It's long to Flameng. And Simonovic will be back for the Bowling Green defense. Max Martin, 6 goals, 3 assists last season, the highest scoring rookie for Bowling Green on a veteran group for the Falcons that won the CCHA quarterfinal against Michigan Tech and then lost in the CCHA semifinal to the University of St. Thomas, who went on to lose to Minnesota State in the Mason Cup final. An absolute wagon of a Mankato team last season, as the puck is called icing against Bemidji, and it'll be a face-off back into the Bemidji zone with a minute left to play in the second.
Yeah, still a minute to go here in the second period, but going into the third, I mean, this is a Bowling Green team that averages 35 shots a goal with only 10 to their name up to this point. You know, if you want to crawl your way back into this, you got to start putting some shots on net, which allows, you know, goals to go into the back of the net.
Oliver Peer, the junior centerman in his first season with Bemidji, transfer from University of New Brunswick. 4 goals, 4 assists, added an assist today, so he's up to 5. Bowling Green with the puck, taking it into the offensive zone. They've got 3-on-3. Tyler Hodson into the right wing corner. Puck is pinned up by Thornton. Bemidji more than happy to go into the second intermission with a 2-goal lead over Bowling Green. Riley Funk takes it in, more or less on a forecheck there. He pins up Dalton Norris. Gustav Stjernberg and Dalton Norris, a defensive pairing last season, one of the best, especially offensively. A shot in from the point by Mitch Wolf is deflected away by Palmer. Into the offensive zone for Bowling Green. 25 seconds left to play in the second period. Bemidji skating with the puck in their own zone. Up to central ice. Drop down to the ice is Nemesnikov. Puck still pinned up against the Bowling Green penalty box. Just outside of the offensive zone for the Falcons. 5 seconds left to play in the second period. Bemidji still has it pinned up against the boards. They're doing their job to end the second period, and Bemidji will skate to their dressing room up 2 goals, 4-2. The Beavers lead Bowling Green in the home opener here in the Slater Family Ice Arena. We'll be back here in just a few minutes for the Marta Crow second intermission report. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM. Hey Dan, you mind if...
Continue the WBGU experience online by engaging with our social media profile on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our feeds to stay connected with the local community and receive information about special events and programming. Like us and share our content to help build the WBGU audience. 88.1 FM, WBGU, Bowling Green is Northwest Ohio's community radio station.
Hello, my name is Reiko Badurov. I play for the BGSU men's soccer team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number 1, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
And thank you very much, Tyler. Welcome, everybody, to the Colleen Center on Halloween night. Hockey Halloween, everybody. I'm Dan Ridenour, and here we go. Let's take a look around the CCHA, where how things are unraveling We are 2/3 of the way done with the Bowling Green Falcons home opener here tonight. The Bowling Green State University Falcons losing right now 4-2, as you may know. Obviously, the game that we are having on our broadcast right now. But take a look at the CCHA. Neither team right now in the Northern Michigan Augustana match yet to crack one at all, as they are finished with the first period 0-0 with them. A little different story at the end of the first period with St. Thomas and Minnesota State, as St. Thomas right now has a 1-goal lead, 1-0 over Minnesota State. And then Lindenwood and Ferris State, let's take a look at that. At the end of 2, just like us, except a little less scoring, Lindenwood has a 1-0 lead over the Ferris State Bulldogs. And then let's take a look to 2 other teams that have actually started the third period. Michigan Tech in Potsdam, New York, to take on the Clarkson Golden Knights. A little bit of a interesting team that hasn't really played a lot of CCHA action so far. I mean, Bowling Green played them when they were back in the WCHA, but interesting to see here how this is unriling down. Michigan Tech tied up with them 3-3 with 17:55 left in the third period. And then last but not least, Lake Superior State and St. Lawrence taking it on right now. St. Lawrence has a 2-1 lead for that, so getting things back into the swing. That is the current score updates for the CCHA. We'll be right back in just a moment for the meat and potatoes of the second period, so don't go anywhere. This is the Marta Crow Intermission Report.
Be a part of the return to Radio Freedom on WBGU FM. WBGU offers sponsorship opportunities in the form of underwriting. Underwriting is an effective method of gaining exposure for your business in Northwest Ohio and helps us continue producing local content. For more information regarding underwriting sponsorship at WBGU, visit bgfalconmedia.com.
On August 28, 2025, BGSU football running back Cameron Petaway returned at kickoff 97 yards for a touchdown on the first play of the season against Lafayette. The second straight year, the Falcons found pay dirt on the first play of the campaign. Falcon Media Sports Network Sean Connolly had the call of the moment on Falcon Radio.
Dumont kicks it away, and we are underway in the 2025 football season, and it will be returned. Looks like he's got an opening, and will we see it again? There he goes. He's at the 50. There he goes for the second straight year. He will be gone. 2 years in a row, Cameron Petaway. Touchdown Falcons. Unbelievable.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Marta Crow Intermission Report for the second period has just gone through a close. Bemidji State scoring 3 goals in the second period to make it a 4-2 contest. Bowling Green will get 1. Jeremy Minville will get his first of the season and his first as a Falcon, assisted by Brett Foe and Noah Marneau. But some other notable events as well, as Bemidji able to get 3 goals. They were able to start out. They got 2 unanswered. 2 minutes and 43 seconds into the period, and then 4 minutes and 4 seconds into the period, and then finally took them a little longer. There was 13:44 into the period, so roughly around 6 or 7 minutes, give or take. But then Bowling Green got one around the halfway point of the game with Minville. He needed to get that, and you thought for a minute Bowling Green would have a better opportunity to come back. It's only within 1, and they had it kind of really close, and that's when the momentum started to go. But, Sean mentioned it on the broadcast, is that was a real momentum killer for the Falcons, and now they're going to have to come back from that and move it along. And a big deciding factor right now for Bowling Green of why things aren't exactly going in their favor is you just have to think of the defense. And another part of that, too, is we kind of reversed the table with it a little bit to where Bemidji State was the more disciplined team than the Falcons. I mean, Bowling Green would get the lone penalty of the period, and then beyond that, we saw a little bit more as well in terms of Bemidji State cleaning up their act. We saw them getting shots on goal. They were able to get 12. Bowling Green only able to get 4. So even then, the fact that you only have 4 shots on goal and you're still able to get one in for the back of the net is astonishing in of itself, so it's great to see that happen. You're just going to need more of that. You're going to need to get back out there. You really need to get a hold of yourself here. And I mean, you see a massive decline for the second period with Bowling Green when, as opposed to normally, we'll see a bit of an uprise almost in the second period. I mean, but nonetheless, you got a third period. You got one more to go out there and just try to give it your all, and you're really going to have to, especially since, you started out good on a high note, but it's not exactly how you start, it's how you finish. I mean, because when you start the play on the face-off, you get 13 to Bemidji State's 9, and you're able to move it along. That's a big part of it as well, and I mean, you look at Palmer as well, Tyler Palmer, he's got 9 saves in this period, so you're looking at that. He's trying to back you up as well as he can, and unfortunately, just the defense kind of leaving him out to dry, and you got to wonder if part of that is Gustav Stierenberg kind of being in and out of the lineup. You got to wonder how he's rolling along with that and what kind of switching it up for Coach Willie, but really, it's just going to be a long day if you don't get your act together now, and I mean, it's only a 2-goal game, and they like to say that a 2-goal lead is the worst lead to have in hockey, because if Bowling Green can notch one right out of the gate, you're right back where you were in the Minville situation where it's only within 1, and that is where the momentum would really follow through. But the biggest thing Bowling Green needs to improve on right now is the defense. It hasn't been coming together. I mean, when you're listening to the broadcast, if you're watching in person, the defense hasn't really been going through. So that would be the biggest thing I would say is overall is just defense needs to get back in line and get it in order, and just you need to see what else you can do. But I mean, Marneau's getting assists, Foe's got an assist, and McKinley has an assist so far, and so does Ryman. So those are some notable people as well. Only Quinn Emerson, though, and Minville, the 2 to score for Bowling Green as opposed to 4 different for Bemidji State. But right now, Palmer doing the best he can. I mean, he's allowed 4 goals on 13 shots, a .765 save percentage right now, which is nearly unheard of if you think about it. Normally it doesn't get that low, but a real big part of that, though, is why save percentage is such, a fickle a stat is because of the things that go around it. It's not just goaltender only. Yes, it's goaltender focused in the sense of it's a stat that is meant for goaltenders to determine. I mean, for example, you face 10 shots, you let one in, you have a .9 save percentage. So it gets a little kind of mixed up and jarbled in terms of how it's going along right now with Palmer, but again, it rolls back to the defensive side of things where Bowling Green really needs to get back with that. I mean, you look at the second period, you look at the way that things are going. Another thing that I want to look at right now for Bowling Green is the plus-minus. I mean, seeing Marneau, Sternberg right now, you look at the leader, Noah Marneau as a +1, meaning if he's on the ice when a goal's scored, it goes up. If he's on the ice when they get scored on, that goes down. And then the person in second right now is Gustav Sternberg at a -2, and he's tied with Maxwell Martin and Ivan Korodiak. So those are just interesting things that I see as well, and just trying to back up the defensive side of things in terms of what's kind of not working in their favor and what you really need to improve on is the defensive side. And so overall, if you can get back out there and you can work as a unit, it's going to start at the face-off, then it might go back to the defense, but it all begins with the breakout as well. If you have to go back out, you're starting down in the defensive zone with Palmer, and you get it back through, a lot of good things can happen. It just has to be executed the right way. So for now, we're going to be back with the Marta Crow intermission report in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere. You are listening to BG Falcon Hockey here on 88.1 WBGU.
Underwriting sponsorships on Northwest Ohio's community radio station are now available. Get your business's information out to the local community and show your support for 88.1 FM. For more information regarding underwriting sponsorship at WBGU, visit bgfalconmedia.com. Thanks for your continued support of everything we do here at WBGU 88.1 FM, Northwest Ohio's community radio station.
Hi, I'm Anna Sidek. I'm a freshman setter from BGSU volleyball team, and that's my 4 self-care habits. So the first one is drinking a coffee because it helps me to be just energized during the day. Second thing would be reading a book. I'm such bookworm and I just love it. Other one would be listening to music because music keeps me calm and I just love it. And the last thing, but not the least, it would be stretching with Santi, our athletic trainer, because he keeps my body safe and everything. So I'm really grateful for
don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
It sure is. Thank you very much for the introduction, Tyler. As we begin to wrap things up here in the Marta Crow second intermission report, let's take a final look as well at the CCHA and the way that is rolling through. With the teams going on, Michigan Tech, the Huskies right now tied 3-3 with the Clarkson University Golden Knights. Lake Superior down 2-1 to St. Lawrence with 12:58 left in the third period. Lindenwood still has a 1-goal lead, 1-0 over the Ferris State Bulldogs. Northern Michigan tied up right now with Augustana. That is still 0-0 at the end of the first period. And St. Thomas, the Tommies, with Minnesota State in the same boat, as that is a 1-0 game for St. Thomas right now. And then some other notable games happening right now. Penn State and Ohio State. The Nittany Lions have a 4-2 lead over the Buckeyes with 6 minutes left in the third period. Former conference, partner, if you will, with Bowling Green, the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks are down 3-1 to Princeton. A pretty smart game going on over there. Harvard and UConn right now, the 9th-ranked Huskies tied at 1 with Robert Morris and Niagara going at it as well in the third period, 2-1 for Robert Morris. And then Michigan and Notre Dame, the Wolverines have a 4-2 lead over the Fighting Irish. And then as well, let's take one final look as well at the defending national champions, the Western Michigan Broncos, still going at it, but it looks like we have no changes there. So we're going to take ourselves a quick little break, and then we're going to send it back to Ben Korak and Sean Connolly at the Slater Family Ice Arena. So thank you very much for listening to the Marta Crow second intermission report here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
For over 70 years, WBGU 88.1 FM has provided local news, sports, and entertainment to Northwest Ohio. As a non-commercial radio station, WBGU relies on the generous contributions of local businesses in the form of underwriting. For more information regarding underwriting sponsorship at WBGU, visit bgfalconmedia.com.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Check out bgfalconmedia.com for previews, recaps, photos, videos, and more of the Falcons.
Welcome back to the Slater Family Ice Arena, the home opener for Bowling Green hockey this 2025-2026 regular season against Bemidji State. Falcons trail by 2 goals to Bemidji State, 4-2. 4 goals scored in that second period, 3 by Bemidji and only 1 by the Falcons, and that's how Bemidji has a 4-2 lead right now. Ben Korak here with Sean Connolly from the Falcon Media Sports Network. For all BGSU sports news and updates, go to bgfalconmedia.com and BG_FMSN on Twitter X and BG Falcon Media on Instagram and Twitter as well. Our pick the stick has not changed very much. Lucas Kleinmeyer still sits at 2 points with his selection of Quinn Emerson, who scored the first goal of the game. Tyler Hodson and Jaden Grant have not got any points for Tyler Kavlitz and Sean Connolly, and I sit at -1 point with my selection of Tyler Palmer today, who started with 3 points, has given up 4 goals, so he's at -1. That's our pick the stick update. The Falcons win the draw and need to really get some offense going, Sean, if they're able to jump back in this game.
Yeah, really not much of an offensive period in the second there. They did add on a goal, however, gave up 2 more. So
turnover there. Jaden Grant with a shot from the left wing, a good try, but is easily saved by Rathan Robbins, who stood very tall in the Bemidji State goal. BG's capitalized on the opportunities that they've been given or earned, but they haven't had too many of them. Only 11 shots on goal for the Falcons, who came into the second period with 7. And Robbins only has 9 saves, 2 goals allowed. Lost sight of the puck. It's fired over toward the net and up into the stands. Mitch Wolf, kind of a stick handling error there.
Back to pick the stick. I mean, the goalie is always high risk, high reward.
Oh, yeah.
You really have to, they got to really pitch a shutout if you really want to make the presence known by picking the goalie. However, I always do respect a good goalie pick, so I do respect the pick, Ben.
Braden Crampton fires it in. It's deflected in front, but to the half wall behind the goal. A shot in again is covered up by Robbins, and the Falcons will go for another face-off in the O-zone. No, Sean, last season, this season, Bowling Green hockey seemed to be playing well when they were holding on to the puck a lot, when they had a lot of possession, spent a lot of time in the O-zone. Goes for any hockey club, but at least within the first minute of this third period, they're starting to do that a bit more.
Yeah, just pounding on shots on the goal. I mean, that's really just recipe for success, obviously, but we didn't really see much of that over the first 2 periods.
No more no. Behind the goal line, feeds it over to Robbins, and I believe it's shut off by Robbins. Some pushing and shoving going on in the blue crease. Falcons scoring on the right side of your radio dial now. Four to 2 still. Bemidji State leads. $1:10 expired in the third period. You also have to worry about being able to pull the goaltender. You don't necessarily need 2 goals soon, but
yeah, they got
you do kind of
18:50
just
to
need
work
one
with.
within the last, before you get to the last 3 minutes. So pulling the goaltender, you only need 1. Dalton Norris behind the goal to Jeremy Minville. He's played some very nice shifts, but he's pressed into the boards there pretty low. Might have got a boarding call there had he fell completely down to the ground. Pass over into the slot is blocked. Waters turns it back down to the goal line. He's got the puck out to the blue line. Norris to Stjernberg. Stjernberg, a high shot over the goal. A very nice shot in there by Stjernberg. Wrapped over in front. Norris takes a step in, pulls it toward the left side. He had a good chance, but Nemesnikov with a good defensive play gets his body in the way. Now over in the slot again, cleared out by Bemidji. Thrown down to the ice is Ben Duran. A penalty upcoming to Bemidji. There's an icing as well that'll shut the play down. And we'll see who's going to get the box. Duran's going to get the box for the Falcons. Nemesnikov is also going to get the box for the Beavers. Are going to get 4-on-4 again. Hopefully they show the replay, because I didn't see anything from Duran necessarily.
Fans not too happy. And yeah, hopefully you show the replay, but
thank you to the Slater Family Ice Arena crew, by the way, who gave us a monitor this year so we get to see the video feed. We get to see some replays that they show on the Midco broadcast.
I mean, but already, just 2 minutes in, you're already noticing a change in offense for the Falcons. I mean, 3 shots on goal already in this period, and now you have a 4-on-4, some extra space to work with to potentially not just add on another goal, but just pound the goalie in Robbins. So yeah, they didn't show what it was, so I'm eager to know. I mean, a couple Falcons and Beavers were down, but I didn't really see what the play was in terms of a penalty.
So Duran and Nemesnikov are off, which hurts the Falcons more than it hurts the Beavers, considering Duran's maybe the best face-off man you have, as well as one of your top scorers, one of the top 3 scorers last season for Bowling Green. Duran is only 5 for 5 on draws today. Jaden Grant has taken 22, and he's won 15 of them. 22 draws, though, out of the 54 total is impressive mark for Grant, who's played very well wearing the A for Bowling Green this season. Taken away by Brody Waters, face-off win for the Falcons. That's Dom Ryman, 77. Takes it into the O-zone. He's bumped, and Bemidji gets the puck back. A nice defensive play by Thornton. Now with the puck, Mitch Wolf to center. Riley Funk takes it up the right wing. A 4-on-4 for Bowling Green and Bemidji State, offsetting penalties by Ben Duran and Max Nemesnikov. Funk feeds it over into the slot. McLennan is not there to connect with the pass. Funk gets the puck in the corner, pushes it off the half wall. He's going to be the first one there. Pretty sizable forward as well, 6'3", 223. He can skate well for a big man. Out in front of the Bowling Green bench, a minute 15 left to play in the 4-on-4. Braden Crampton with the puck in the BG zone. 3 back in the BG zone, no forecheck from Bemidji, and now the Falcons take it up through center. Hodson splits the defense. Bemidji comes up with the puck. Fed over to Mitch Wolf. Mitch Wolf bullied by Hodson into the corner, but Wolf gets the puck away. Fleming up on the right wing. His shot takes the stick away from Sternberg. Sternberg throws Fleming down to the ice. Fleming gets the puck away, rinks it around to the other side of the ice. Kirkland Irie down behind the goal line. To the right wing now, Adam Fleming in the corner, intercepted by Quinn Emerson. Emerson is falling down, and a penalty is going to be assessed to the alternate captain for Bemidji State, Adam Fleming. Fleming's going to get his 3rd penalty of the night.
Huge opportunity for the Falcons. You have 36 seconds on a 4-on-3.
They might give him a 5-on-4. And no, they're going to give him a 4-on-3. Sometimes they will give a 5-on-4 in that situation. Just wait for the next whistle to get the
correct amount of people out there. But yeah, I mean, this is a huge opportunity, and you have more than enough time to get something brewing. I mean, that's just 3 defenders out there for Bemidji, so.
Ryman loses the faceoff. It's rinked around and outside of the blue line, so some time wasted on both penalties. Well, technically all 3, but offsetting penalties that'll still bring a man advantage for the Falcons with a minute 40. They got a 4-on-3 for the next 20 seconds. Out to the blue line. Norris keeps it in. Down to Ryman. Ryman, one of the 4-on for Bowling Green. To Norris. Norris to Ryman. Norris with a slap shot off the side of the goal. A low-angle shot there by Brody Waters. Bemidji trying to ice the puck. Norris gets in deep to try and hold the puck in. Ryman in there as well, puts a check on. Max V gets the puck away. Duran and Nemesnikov are out of the box. So a minute 20 of 5-on-4 now for the Falcons. Pretty much a must-score power play for Bowling Green if you're able to climb back in to this game down 2. Duran pass to Hodson. Hodson, his pass to Emerson is intercepted by Jackson Panzer. Panzer in front of the Bowling Green bench. Hodson with the puck. He gets it taken away by Funk. Funk back into his own zone to be played by Hudson Thornton. Thornton, a sophomore in his first season with Bemidji. One of 2 players to play in the ECHL, I apologize. Both of them have played games in the AHL, but most time played in the ECHL and minor hockey. Pass away, Ben Duran with the puck. 30 seconds left to play in the man advantage. Duran feeds it over. Slap shot, Crampton is knocked away. Hudson Thornton got in the way of that shot. It's back out to the point. Crampton on the left side. He takes step in towards the center. Another shot wide of the goal. Now on the left wing, Duran down to the goal line. In tight, in front. Hodson's there to try and clean it up. No signal yet from the referee. It's kept out as of right now by Rathan Robbins. 8 seconds left to play on the power play. A face-off in the O-zone, but Bemidji only a couple of seconds away from a successful penalty kill. We're going to take a quick step back here for station identification.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio.
So a face-off to the left of Rathan Robbins in the O-zone for Bowling Green. Connor Levis into the face-off circle. Gustav Sternberg and Dalton Norris out, the best offensive defenseman for the Falcons, arguably. Braden Crampton probably in that conversation as well. Face-off one back, Norris. Sternberg with the slap shot is blocked nicely by Kirkland Irie. Coming out of the box here is Adam Fleming, kept inside the O-zone by Sternberg, and back to full strength are the Beavers. Puck out to center ice. Glancing in is Adam Fleming. Fleming the shot, on a rebound chance, and a nice double save there by Tyler Palmer. BG gets the puck away. Levis can't clear it outside the blue line. Brandon Wynot does clear it outside the blue line, just long out of the reach of Ben Vigneault. Palmer plays the puck to the left wing. Why not? Gets it outside of his own zone. Chasing it is Vigneault. First one back is going to be Vince Corcoran. Corcoran and Vigneault have been platooning each other, now playing on the same defensive pairing today. Corcoran and Roloff's the pairing on the line sheet coming into the match. Max Martin, a nice disc pass long. Jackson Niedermeyer on the left wing, tick-toe passing from the Falcons and won't connect to Noah Morneau.
Just tried that extra pass. I mean, it could have been fine with just that one pass and then the shot. They just tried doing a little too much, trying to find the back of the net.
Max Martin pushed away from the puck. He gets it to the corner, though. Out to the blue line. Crampton, a shot in on the doorstep, cleared away by Vieg. 13:26 left to play in the third period. 4-2, Bemidji State glances into the O-zone. The visiting team is leading Bowling Green in shots on goal. Even though the Falcons are leading in total shots, they just haven't been able to connect too many to the lace. The whistle blows. Offsides is the play. 4-2. Bemidji leads 13-10 left to play in the third.
They're trying to even out the shots on goal. Only 3 off from Bemidji. They started out the period really hot, and then it just kind of had to die down, unfortunately, due to that penalty.
And no doubt with the way that Dennis Williams likes this team to play that they will be able to even out the shots on goal. It's just can they get their shots to the back of the net, especially with all-out offense that they're going to need through the back 13 minutes. Hodson with the puck in the Bowling Green zone. Stjernberg kicks it away. Fighting around a piece of lumber that was laying on the ice there. Jaden Grant through center. He's got some room on the left wing. He's pressed up by Wolf. Back out to the blue line. Simonovic is shot in, hugs the ground, and is kicked away by Robbins in the goal. Ryman's pinned up against the boards. It's flipped off the high glass and outside of the Bemidji zone. Bemidji chases it in. It's Juhas. Juhas out to Corcoran. Corcoran a shot in and a confident glove save there by Tyler Palmer to freeze play.
Obviously 4 goals have been allowed by Palmer, but Palmer has really played really well today. I wouldn't even say that 3 of those we mentioned a little earlier weren't really his fault. More so on the defense, leaving him out there to dry. But he's really stepped up in a lot of opportunities today, stopping Bemidji State's momentum.
Face-off won by BG. Dalton Norris lifts the puck out of the zone. Corcoran keeps it at center ice, right on the red line. Waters dumps it into the O-zone for Minville to chase. It's over in the slot. Crampton can't keep it in. Gives a bump to Flameng. Flameng gives a big check to Braden Crampton. Crampton's not too happy. He's going to go after Flameng now. The puck goes up into the crowd. The entire Falcon bench is up in the air wanting a penalty on Flameng's hit to Braden Crampton. And none is going to be assessed.
Willie and the Falcons on the bench not too happy about that.
Flameng tied up with Waters. Some yelling going on. But the gates will not open. So a fresh set of guys on the Bowling Green side of the neutral zone. Connor Levis in the dot. Foe and Wynot out there as well. Irie shoots it in. Wide of Palmer. BG with the puck. Niedermeyer with a good play. Only one defenseman on the ice for Bowling Green right now. Niedermeyer playing back at the blue line for the Falcons is normally a forward. The extra skater is playing in place of Ivan Korodiak, who has not seen shifts as of the last couple of minutes. Doesn't even look like he's on the bench of the Falcons. So Bowling Green possibly down half of a defensive pairing. Morneau, Emerson, and Max Martin out on for Niedermeyer and Stjernberg. An interesting decision to go with a forward there. Although I guess you have to. You kind of need 3 pairings. Face-off one. Emerson another shot looking for his second goal, and it's kicked up high out of play by Robbins. I don't know. What do you think of that, Sean?
about the defensive.
Forward playing back on defense.
I mean, I think you have to at this point. It's 4-2, 11:23 to go. You got to get a goal, I would say, somewhat in the next 7 minutes. So I would say I would have to agree with that. It's an unfortunate set that you do have to do, but if you want any chance in this game, you're going to have to start putting your forwards out there.
Impressive, especially for Niedermeyer, to be able to hold his own on the defensive side, or at least earning the trust of the coaching staff for Bowling Green to be able to play as a defenseman, which he might not have done since junior hockey.
I think Willie knows that, obviously the defense hasn't played as well today as they'd like. So why not put 4 out there and then leave 1 defensive guy?
Crampton keeps it inside the blue line. It's settled down by Emerson, back behind the goal for Max Martin. Martin gets pushed up by Mitch Wolf. No more no. Puck out to the blue line. Dalton Norris dumps the puck back into the zone. Gaining position is the Falcons. Emerson gloves the puck. It's kept in by Crampton, but Bemidji will be the first team there. They clear it out to center. Crampton with the puck in his own zone. Half expired here in the third period. The Falcons still trail 2. The Bemidji players knocked down to the ice. Jaden Grant with a one-timer, rejected by Robbins. Crampton knocks it back down. McKinley on the right wing. He's got some open ice. Now it's closed off by Thornton. Behind the goal again. It's Max Martin. Martin with the puck at the goal line. Low angle shot. Gets in tight and kicked to the half wall behind the goal. Up to McKinley. McKinley fires it down to Grant. Grant in the corner. Can't settle it down. And it's Thornton on the right wing now for Bemidji. Puck slides back into the BG zone. McKinley with it. Rings it around the half wall. Into the O-zone by Bemidji before back for the Falcons. Late forecheck by the Beavers. Ryman to Duran. It's whistled for offsides. 9:57 left to play in the third period. 4-2. Bemidji State leads Bowling Green. And that brings us to our Juniper Brewing Company timeout, located at 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green. Juniper Brew Company featuring coffee and craft beer and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take a step back and bring you the second half of the third period. The Falcons trailing 2. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, I'm Trina Lisa Vering. I'm a singer and songwriter from Copenhagen, Denmark. I have a very important message for y'all. Du kan bygge broer i din egen hjerne, eller fremelske global fred og kærlighed, alt sammen på en og samme tid, ved at lytte til The World Music Show søndage fra 6 til 8 p.m. på WBGU 88,1. Den kan også streames fra bgfalconmedia.com.
That's right. You can build bridges in your own brain and promote global peace and love all at the same time, just by listening to the World Music Show on Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 and streaming at bgfalconmedia.com.
Ben Korak and the Falcon Media Sports Network crew covering the Falcon hockey team throughout the season.
Jaden Grant up against Riley Funk in neutral ice. Won by the Falcons. They trail by 2. Here's Dom Ryman. A good move, a jumping leap over the stick of the defender. He gets the puck away, but it's to the green and white Beavers. Kept inside the blue line just barely. Ryman with a slap back down behind the goal line to Jaden Grant. Still in that right wing corner. Grant back out to Crampton. Crampton a shot in, blocked high off of the shoulder of Riley Funk, and Crampton will chase it back down. Crampton's probably wheeled 20, 5 minutes so far in this game. He's played a ton. As here's a shot by LaBelle, which is kicked off a couple of Falcons and wide of the goal. But Crampton's played a lot, especially with our assumed injury to Karodiak is back on the bench now. He wasn't a second ago. But Jackson Niedermeyer playing on defense with Gustav Stjernberg. Played around by Robbins, out to the blue line, held in by Stjernberg, high in the air over the goal as he leaves it for Ben Duran. Duran and Stjernberg both led the Falcons in penalty minutes last season. Duran number 1, Stjernberg probably benefited from missing a few games in terms of his penalty minutes, but both are the leaders for the Falcons, 2 of the better players on the team as well, 200-foot players for sure. Out to the blue line, Stjernberg with the puck. Hits it to his partner. Breck McKinley is going to get called for offsides. 8:22 left to play in the third. BG still trails 2. They had the opening goal, Quinn Emerson. Right after that, Max Vieg. Just about 2 minutes later, Bemidji tied it up 1-1, and that's how we went into the first intermission. Adam Flamang and Max Nemesnikov each scored goals within the first 5 minutes of the second period. BG got a goal back, brought it within 1. Jeremy Minville's first goal of the season, and then Vincent LaBelle had what is now a superfluous goal, but it's the 4th goal for Bemidji. 6 goal total, and it's 4-2 for the Beavers.
I don't know if I agree with that icing call.
Yeah.
The Falcon was right there.
It was
coming around on the boards. I don't know if I agree with that, but
a long pass, not a very good one.
Gonna have to.
So, I mean, in some way, BG deserves their own zone faceoff, but Niedermeyer was definitely going to be the first to that puck. No more no. In for the draw. Dumped back from Dalton Norris. Jackson Niedermeyer up to center ice. Max Martin with a good move. Martin in the slot. His shot is saved by Robbins. What a good play from Max Martin just to get open. And he just got in too tight with the Bemidji goaltender.
Just a little bit out of reach there for Martin. If he was closer to that puck, I think he would have had a better opportunity. He was able to obviously produce something on net, but just unfortunately couldn't get a clean stick to produce a good shot, but still a really good opportunity by Martin.
Jaden Grant in for the draw. Dom Ryman and Tyler Hodson, maybe the best offenders through 4 full games played this season. None of them have scored today. Hodson with the puck. High left wheel, fans on his shot. He's hit by Max Vieg. Vieg's played some very nice shifts today, and here breaking away is Bemidji. They're taken away. Nice defensive play by Dom Ryman. Playing on both ends of the ice very well as just a rookie. Predicted by the media poll to be one of the co-rookies of the year. Tyler Palmer plays the puck. Braden Crampton with it. He takes it around the left side of his goal. 7:22. Left to play here in the third period. 2-goal lead for Bemidji. Both teams 2-0 in conference play. BG with a sweep over Lake State, all 6 points. Bemidji took 5 out of 6 points against Augustana last week. McLean back around, out to the blue line. Corcoran keeps it in the O zone for Bemidji. Magnuson can't settle the puck down, and it's Braden Crampton that comes away and flips it up to center ice. Connor Levis shuts the high pass down, takes it into the O zone, immediately taken back out by Bemidji. Bowling Green not playing too well on the boards today. Seem to be losing a lot of half-wall battles. Stjernberg takes the check, still maintains the puck as he's a bigger body than almost anybody on the ice at any given time. Foe on the check, doesn't complete it to Thornton. Now on the right wing, Flamang, his shot in, corralled by Palmer, but he loses the puck as he was bringing it in with a stick to his glove. 6:15 left to play in the third period. Bemidji pins it up against the boards in their O zone. That's Juhas and Riley Funk in against the boards. Stjernberg with Dalton Norris. Duran gets the puck free. Back around to Brandon Wynot. Wynot out to neutral ice. Foe knocks it in the Bowling Green O zone with only one man to chase, and it's Ben Duran. BG still trying to put together some offense. Under 6 left to play here in the third period, so you got to start thinking about what you're going to do with Tyler Palmer in net. No more no. Down to the goal line in the corner. He's blasted. Puck is lifted out to center ice. Wearing a check, but getting the puck is Breck McKinley, who's played very nice shifts today for the Falcons. No more no on the left wing. Down to Mitch Wolf. Wolf looks to clear the puck. He loses control of it. Morneau behind the goal. He takes advantage of a bad stick handling play by Wolf. Down in the left wing corner now in Bowling Green O-zone. Bemidji struggling to get the puck out, but BG still not being able to put any shots on goal through the last about minute of O-zone time for BG. Now here's Max Martin to the right wing. Breck McKinley's dropped down to the ice. Some of the Falcon bench wanted or was hoping for a call there. Niedermeyer shot. Niedermeyer scores. BG within 1 on a nice one-timer from Jackson Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer, like Emerson, his first goal of the season, and it comes at probably the most pivotal time. 4:55 to go, able to bury it, and now obviously you have a little more comfortable opportunity to pull Palmer and allow for that man advantage, not just needing 2 goals, but only needing 1 now. And what an opportunity there for the Falcons. Niedermeyer just putting a great shot on net on the one-timer.
Nice pass from behind the net, too. We'll see who gets the assist for that goal by Jackson Niedermeyer. His first of the season, extra skating today. He's played on defense, which is the first time I've seen him do that in his career. 2 goals last season, both game winners. Jackson Niedermeyer has his first goal of the season now. About 5 minutes. So it looks like Bemidji's challenging. 4:55 left to play in the third. 4-3 right now if this goal is upheld.
Eager to know what they're challenging. Maybe potential offsides when the puck entered the zone of Bemidji State.
Emerson and Morneau are given the assists right now. That's both of their second points of the game. Morneau, his first and second assists of the season today. Emerson, his first goal. And he gets his second assist of the season, his first of the game. I don't know, hopefully the replay is shown here.
We have yet to see a replay. Again, maybe they're potentially for either goalie interference or offsides when the puck entered.
That would have to been a really early offside.
Yeah, I was going to say really early offsides if they really wanted to check that.
Because they were in the O-zone for quite a while.
Again, maybe potential goalie interference. I didn't see that, but
it was a deep shot too, so I would imagine. And normally goalies are pretty on top of what they think is interference or not, and I didn't see too much of a complaint from Rathan Robbins.
I was going to say, usually you see some complaint right away. I didn't really see that. Ben, do we have an update on volleyball and their matchup right now with the Redhawks?
Volleyball did unfortunately lose in 5 sets. They were up 13-11, I believe, at one point in the 5th set. We're tied 2-2 in sets, and then lost 15-13 to the Miami Redhawks in their first game down in Oxford. So they play again tomorrow at 4. Andrew Smith on the call on Falcon Radio, 15 minutes prior to game time. And then our broadcast tomorrow at 6. Pre-game will start at 5:45 for Bowling Green versus Bemidji State, game 2. Also tomorrow, Sean, you want to plug your broadcast as well as we sit here? Oh, we're going to get the replay here, so actually we'll talk about that. I mean, that play looks clean.
Yeah, the goal
looks clean. So the
looks
only
clean.
thing they could be challenging here is offsides.
Offsides. Again, they really didn't look at that. But yeah, tomorrow at 11:30, we'll have pregame coverage. I think you'll be on the pregame coverage, actually, for the Bowling Green football game on Falcon Radio. And then at noon for kickoff against the Buffalo Bulls. Probably a must-win, not necessarily for the MAC championship, but since those are probably all but crushed for the Falcons. But still bowl eligibility at stake here for the Falcons. Still with 3 wins with 4 games to play. So a pretty big one tomorrow at the Deutz. So looking forward to it. Last Saturday home game, so hopefully people can show out there. If not, you'll listen on Falcon Radio.
Definitely something we'll look to tune in for. Here's the call from the referees. We do have a good goal. So it must have been on the entrance into the ozone for the Falcons because they took a while to look at it.
Yeah, they probably had to rewind that.
And we thought the goal play in itself was clean. So the goal officially scored and officially given to Jackson Niedermeyer, assisted by Quinn Emerson and Noah Morneau. Morneau's second assist of the game, Emerson's second point to go along with his game-opening goal.
I mean, and now you have 4:55 to work with, 5 minutes to get another one in the back of the net to force overtime.
Probably going to get about a minute and a half to 2 minutes.
We've seen crazier things between these two matchups. I remember last year, I think it was the Saturday game, Bemidji State came back from 2 goals down in the third period, ended up forcing overtime, and I believe that was the shootout loss.
It was at Bemidji, and it was the shootout loss, yeah. 4 games last year between Bemidji and Bowling Green, all 4 of them one-score games, and 3 of them ended in overtime or shootout. Very tight between these two teams. 4-3, Bemidji leads here against Bowling Green in the Slater Family Ice Arena. Ranging into the zone, the offensive zone, is Bemidji. Bowling Green looking to clear the puck. They get it out to center ice. Thornton gets it to his partner, Mitch Wolf. His shot high off of the glass. It takes a weird bounce over the goal, outside of the blue line. Fleming has to touch up. Niedermeyer gets the puck up to Brody Waters. Ben Duran with the puck down to the goal line. Waters moves it over into the blue paint. Shoved out in front was Jeremy Minville as he got pretty close. Minville looking for a pass, dissed it over to Duran, but it's intercepted. A quick shot there from the right wing by Waters. Now up to Sternberg. Sternberg down kind of to the goal line to the left wing wheel is Ben Duran. Now back up to Sternberg. Sternberg a shot in. Can it find its way through? Brody Waters battling on the doorstep. Puck still there, and it's cleared away by the Bemidji defenseman. Menville gets some open ice for Jackson Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer slap shot Sternberg. Sternberg's slap shot is blocked. He keeps the puck inside of the offensive zone. Quinn Emerson with his glove keeps it in. Down to the goal line with speed. He wraps it around the other side of the goal. On the right wing now. Bowling Green still in the offensive zone. 3:20 left to play here in the third period. BG trailing 1 goal. A goal a minute ago by Jackson Niedermeyer, his first of the season. Falcons looking for a game tire. Sternberg can't keep it inside the blue line on the bounding puck, and BG and Bemidji will have to reset. Push up, Bemidji on the change, slap shot, Max Martin, and it's glove saved by Rathan Robbins. So both teams will get the correct guys on the ice if they want, and BG will get a face-off in the O-zone.
Falcons with all the momentum right now. They can just keep that up. Again, you don't want to force your goalie to get pulled. However, there's 3 minutes to go. I would say there's probably about a minute to 30 seconds that you have to work with before you should be pulling Palmer. So if you can even score before then, that would be ideal if you're the Falcons.
Grant in the wheel with Vincent LaBelle. Face-off kind of won by the Falcons. They get a right off the face-off shot. Bemidji takes the puck outside the blue line. Casper Magnuson skates it up the left wing. Kirkland Irie with the puck over to the right wing. And Nemesnikov breaks his stick on a good try. And now Bowling Green comes the other way. Nemesnikov grabs the stick from the bench. Jaden Grant with the shot in is deflected away by Robbins. Grant takes a big hit into the boards. A couple of Falcon fans wanted a call, but nothing really to speak of there. Out to Kirkland Irie. Irie gets it outside the blue line. 2-on-1 breakaway. Nemesnikov on the left side. His shot misses the goal. It goes over the top of
might have
Tyler
hit
Palmer.
the post.
Didn't hear a clank. Now on the right wing, another shot, and Palmer left on an island again makes the save. Max Martin takes it up. Bowling Green needs all the offense they can muster for the last 2 minutes. Third period, Bemidji leads by 1. Riley Funk on the right wing. In front, over on the doorstep. Palmer had beat on it, and the Falcon defensemen take it away. Jackson Niedermeyer flips it up the ice toward Robbins. Robbins lets it slide. It's an icing, and the faceoff will come back into the BG zone.
I mean, defense as of now is a little bit falling apart, giving Tyler Palmer a little more to work with 2 minutes to go. I mean, now not even an opportunity for him to go to the bench as the faceoff will be right in front of him.
So the Falcons, who have won a sizable amount of their faceoffs today, 45-23, they're leading Bemidji in faceoffs, has a must-win here. We'll see who gets the draw. Oh, wow. BG's challenging for a major penalty. They didn't say on who or for what.
maybe just, I mean, they have timeouts.
I guess.
What are the consequences here if they don't?
Yeah, you have one to burn, I suppose, if you really thought there was one. But challenging for a major and not even just a minor is a big leap.
Interesting. However, I mean, there's a $1:54 to go. You're down one.
If nothing else, you might as well try and get the face-off in the other zone, much less get a power play.
Yeah, I mean, Bemidji State challenged earlier on the goal, and I guess Falcons want to challenge to see if there was any penalty involved, but
referees today: Brett DeRogers, Kevin Corbett, Nick Huff, and Troy Merritt. The only recognizable name, Nick Huff, has done a bunch of games here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. The others more or less new to the Falcons. So Bemidji's really hoping here. Don't know what the major could be on. They haven't shown a replay. But we're sitting here waiting for a possible 5 minutes. A minute 54 left to play in the third period. Bemidji up 4-3. No matter the outcome of this challenge, which also, I mean, technically can be utilized as a timeout.
As a timeout. That's originally what I thought, but I'm like, you have timeouts to use.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just use that? I don't know if they saw something potentially and tried just doing a 2-and-1.
If you're going to use the
let's see
timeout
if we
anyway,
can,
you might as well try and.
Yep. See if you could try to see what it was, but.
Palmer skates over to the bench to talk to head coach Dennis Williams. Willie is talking with Palmer a little bit, probably
about when he
coaching
should
him
go.
on when he should go and what the situation has to be for him to leave the crease. Referee still looking, so it might be closer than we originally thought. Or, there might have actually been something there. And how big would it be to get a penalty assessed to Bemidji?
That means you already have the man advantage, and you can even double up if you really wanted to pull Palmer.
And you would have a face-off in the O-zone, meaning that you can pull Palmer immediately for the last 154. So the referees skate out of the box now. So BG loses their timeout, an unsuccessful penalty, but they pretty much got an extended timeout there. There's probably 2 minutes.
So just, about 2 minutes, just some time to rest the legs. Like I said, maybe they saw something and wanted to utilize that and then utilize technically a timeout. I mean, so that was their timeout. They lost the timeout. That's what they're going to have to live with. But
Grant in for the faceoff. One back to Braden Crampton. Crampton goes for the puck. It's pinned up in the corner. Hodson gets the puck away to Dom Ryman. Dom Ryman at the Bowling Green blue line. It's back into their zone. So Sternberg with clear possession. Tyler Palmer telling his guys where to skate, where to go. Palmer takes a step out of the crease. He's looking up. Puck into the O-zone. Jaden Grant's going to be the first there.
There goes Palmer.
He's got the puck pinned behind the goal. Tyler Hodson fighting for possession. It's Sternberg. Sternberg out to the right wing. Dom Ryman. Ryman rinks it back down into the corner. In the right wing corner, in the Bowling Green O-zone. Dom Ryman with the puck. Slap shot. Sternberg scores! The Goose has tied it! Missed the last 2 games, has only played 1 of the 4 coming into tonight. And Gustav Sternberg has scored his first goal of the season and a big one for the Falcons.
Yeah, Sternberg, first goal of the season. That's now 3 Falcons getting their first one in the back of the net today. That's going to be his first points on the season for Sternberg. One of those veteran guys that plays defense, but that one coming up big on offense. Tying the game up at 4 with a $1:13 to go.
18:47, the time of that goal. Sternberg most likely assisted by Ryman and Jaden Grant. We'll get that to you in a second. Max Vieg with the puck back in his own zone and a completely new complexion to this game. Bemidji breaks it a bit here. They take it into the O-zone, but Bowling Green gets the puck. Under a minute left to play. 4 one-score games last season between these two teams. New looks for both of these teams, and yet it's still just as tight as Sean and I saw it. 2 games here and 2 games at Bemidji. There's a whistle as the puck goes into the crowd for all after Bowling Green down 4-2 coming into this period.
I mean, just unreal resilience and grit by the Falcons going in, like you mentioned right now, just 4-2 going into the third, able to battle their way back, and both goals coming within about 3-4 minutes of each other.
Jaden Grant gets his first assist of the season. Dom Ryman gets his third and second of the game as they assist Gustav Sternberg in his left wing slap shot to tie the game.
Now you got 43 seconds to work with. I mean, all the momentum by the Falcons right now. I mean, it's not crazy to say they could potentially get another push out here. Maybe end this thing in regulation.
They listed as an even strength goal as well, so Palmer might not have had time to get off.
That must
Probably
be
just a scorer's decision. I believe Palmer was pretty far off.
Palmer was well off. I believe it was about 15 seconds after he reached the bench. So
rink long shot into Robbins. Robbins has made 23 saves, has allowed 4 goals. Tyler Palmer on the other end of the ice, 19 saves, 4 goals. And a tie game here. Bemidji in the offensive zone. Shot in, gloved by Palmer, who holds on to the puck with 10 seconds left to play in the third period. And the Falcons, who were trailing by quite a margin coming into the third period, now, as we mentioned very early in this period, Sean, lead 27-23 in shots on goal and 52-31 in total shots.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the Falcons. I mean, pretty much you knew it the second they came out of the second intermission that, you know, the offense was here to play, and they started pounding Robbins on net. So I don't know what came out of them out of the second period, but they were able to get back to their ways here in the third.
Maybe that challenge timeout Willie utilized was well placed. So he got his team set to go for the 6-on-5 man advantage. There's the horn here from the third period, and we're going to get some extra skating here in the Slater Family Ice Arena for a Halloween home opener in the first CCHA game in the Madhouse on Mercer this season. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Authors is a campus organization dedicated to highlighting authors connected to the university. BGSU has produced some amazing authors, including Beth Macy, James Baldwin, and Tim Conway, to name a few. Visit bgauthors.com and subscribe to the blog that regularly updates on new releases, classics, non-BGSU authors, and other features such as book versus movie. That's BG Authors at bgauthors.com.
Hi, I'm Avery Anders, number 3 on the women's volleyball team. My Falcon 4 of my favorite songs I'm listening to right now is 20-something by SZA, Afraid to Feel, Swag Surfin', and Maneater.
This is Falcon Media Sports Network hockey coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here in the Slater Family Ice Arena, 4-4 the score, and the next score wins it for 3-on-3, 5-minute overtime here in the Madhouse on Mercer. Ben Korak here with Sean Connolly. Sean was looking pretty grim coming into that third period. A 4-2 lead for Bemidji, and then goals back-to-back by Jackson Niedermeyer and Gustav Sternberg have given new life to this team.
Almost exactly what Bemidji State did to the Falcons back in January when it was here, but they're on the receiving end of some positivity. And I don't know what it is about these two teams and you and I on the call, but it seems like it's always decided by one goal, and it's always decided with some extra time.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's you and I or if it's
just these two teams.
Who's to say?
I like to think that it's you and I,
yeah.
but
two arenas, two different looks. I mean,
it's got to be something. It got to be something in the air. But I mean, it's 5 minutes, 3-on-3. I love the 3-on-3 overtime. It allows for more opportunities and more excitement, especially with the crowd. So looking forward to that. And again, all the momentum on the Falcons side. So
last time these two teams squared off, February 22nd, an overtime win for Bemidji State. The game before that, a 3-2 win for Bemidji State straight up. The game before that, a shootout loss for Bowling Green, and then Bemidji State losing 4-3 in overtime to the Falcons and the first game they played. Riley Funk gets the puck taken away. McLennan behind the goal line leaves it back for Funk. 3-on-3, 5-minute overtime. Funk moves in. His shot into Palmer. The Falcons want to call. The puck's still dancing around. BG takes it away. Might have wanted goaltender interference. Here's a rush for Dom Ryman the other way. He's got to go a 1-on-2. The Falcons get a change. Crampton stays out. Gustav Stjernberg back. 2 defensemen for BG. Ben Duran out there as well. Moving in is LaBelle. Kicked back to behind the goal line. Ben Duran gets it away to Stjernberg. Stjernberg rinks the puck back down. LaBelle feeds it over into the center. A good try there by Adam Fleming. Fleming behind the goal. Bowling Green trying to dig it out of the half wall. Wide open at the top was Perek. To the left wing. Fleming switches sides. His shot in is blocked by Ben Duran. To Fleming again. Fleming in center. Mugged by the Falcons. Kirkland Irie comes off the bench, dumps it into the O-zone, and Bowling Green comes up with possession. 3:30 left to play in the overtime. Still 3-on-3. Ben Duran with the puck behind his own net. Tyler Hodson long, deep, and standing in the O-zone for the Falcons. And skating the only defenseman is Braden Crampton. Hodson to the right wing. Ben Duran. Duran on the right wing wheel, down by the goal line. He wraps it around the other side, back out to the blue line. At the point, Braden Crampton scored the game-winning goal in the second game at Lake State. Quinn Emerson on the ice now as the second forward, along with Tyler Hodson. Pinned up in the corner. Crampton gets it away. It's out to neutral ice. The Falcons will have to touch up. Under 3 left to play in the first overtime. Niedermeyer with the puck now, taking it through center. He's got some open ice on the left wing. Pushes it back down behind the goal line. And Issa Perek will be the first player there. Defenseman for Bemidji State. Great player, a little bit quiet today. He's tripped up, no penalty. Kirkland Irie takes it up the right wing now for Bemidji State. 2 players, 2 Beavers going for a change. The pass back to Mitch Wolf is deep, and Bemidji will reset. 2:15 left to play in the overtime. Wolf to the middle of the ice. Riley Funk is mugged by the Falcons, and here come Bowling Green the other way. A 3-on-2. Dom Ryman through center. Tries to move it out to the right side. He's almost tripped up there. Mitch Wolf pokes it out of the danger zone for Bemidji. Now Riley Funk takes it down the left wing. A 2-on-1 for Bemidji. Disks it over to McLennan. McLennan tries to feed it in. Palmer with the stop. His skate on the left post. And he shuts down the play, and we'll have a draw here with 1:47 left to play in overtime.
I think it actually found the back of the net. However, they called it dead as Palmer was able to get on that. I think just some extra effort after the whistle allowed it to get into the back of the net. But, I mean, that was really the only opportunity that both teams have really had. A couple shots, but
McLennan keep pounding away at that puck on the left leg of Palmer, which is on the left post. And for the draw is LaBelle. In the offensive zone of Bemidji. Ben Duran, and for that faceoff as well, is cleared outside the blue line. So that'll waste some time. Back is Hudson Thornton, one of the better offensive defensemen on this team, 4 points this season. Adam Fleming almost has the puck taken away by Gustav Stjernberg, who skated quite timidly over to Fleming. Didn't put a check on as he didn't want to give out the position. LaBelle down to the goal line. Out to Fleming with space. Fleming to Thornton. Thornton in the middle. He's being defended by Stjernberg, a man defense now in the 3-on-3 for Bowling Green. Back down to Ben Duran behind the goal. A minute exactly left to play in overtime. Ben Duran still skating in his own zone. Riley Funk, the lone forechecker. Kirkland Irie and Hudson Thornton. Back for Bemidji. Taking it through the middle. Tyler Hodson, his shot whisked wide. Into the corner. Braden Crampton all the way down deep, playing with Riley Funk to get the puck back. Bemidji takes the puck up the left wing. They got 2 up. Pass down behind to Palmer. Palmer will give the puck to his forward. And now a little bit of movement the other way for Bowling Green. It's no. Morneau. Back to Crampton. Crampton moves it to the inside. He gets around Issa Parek. Dom Ryman now has to chase the puck back in his own zone. Noah Morneau comes up with it.
He tried making a change and didn't really realize the puck was right near him.
10 seconds to play. Niedermeyer in the offensive zone. Issa Parek looking to get the puck out of the danger zone. He's dropped down to the ice. Now here's a breakaway. Kirkland Irie, slap shot, and a save by Tyler Palmer as time expired. 3 periods and a 3-on-3 5-minute overtime, and we're still tied up at 4. Two of the more evenly matched teams we've seen play in the CCHA through a year and change. And I believe now we just head into the shootout.
And easily, too, the more, like you said, evenly matched teams. Both are really neck and neck in the standings, as well as statistics here in the CCHA. And yep, they just announced we go to the shootout here. So who's going to get that extra point will be decided by just some one-on-ones.
Want to know when the last shootout was, Sean Connolly? It was not Bemidji State, as I thought it was. It was Augustana here at home in Slater Family Ice Arena on January 25th.
That was, I think, it was either 1 or 2 weeks after the Bemidji weekend.
I believe it was the 2 weeks after. Ferris State on the road and then Augustana. But that was a rough couple of weeks for the Falcons, who played some more mid-level teams, but Bemidji State turned out to be pretty solid. Augustana turned out to be real good, and Ferris State's, they're going to be good this year.
Not sure how you feel about the shootout, but I've always thought that it should be a 10-minute period. I know obviously guys are tired, but especially with the 3-on-3, I mean, that almost guarantees you that someone will score in overtime, and you erase the fact that it's just going to be decided on a shootout. I think when the shootout was invented, back in I think about 2006, it was a nice addition. However, I think the 3-on-3 overtime has overruled that in terms of just popularity.
3-on-3, 4-on-4 just opens the ice up so much more.
Yeah. It just allows for opportunities. I mean, a game-winning overtime goal, you really can't beat that.
No.
If you end a game on a shootout, yeah, I mean, if your team wins, it's great, but it's kind of just anticlimactic. I mean, it's really not all that, in my opinion. But
Bowling Green 2-2 in shootouts last season. They have yet to have one this season. But in 2024-2025, their last shootout win was November 30th against Michigan Tech at home. They scored 2. Michigan Tech scored 0. One before that, St. Thomas, famously won by Jack Blake, who was in the lineup a couple of times, but not very often for the Falcons. He scored the shootout winner. Dominic Ryman.
Yeah.
Dominic Ryman, one of the more skillful players on this Bowling Green team. He works up against Raythan Robbins. Ryman, the left-handed shooter, takes it up the right side. Into the blue paint now. His shot, and Robbins shrugs it aside quite easily. So the first shootout attempt for Dominic Ryman in his career as a Falcon is unsuccessful. Adam Fleming has played well against Bowling Green historically. 6 points in 4 games played versus Bowling Green last season. Takes up the left wing, the right-handed shooter. His shot, and he scores! He went top right corner against Tyler Palmer and beat him. And Bemidji, who got second shot, leads 1-0. Tyler Hodson out for Bowling Green, the transfer from RPI. One of the leaders in scoring for the team last season. Moves in, good backhand try, and another stop by Raythan Robbins.
This one will decide it.
Yeah, Connor McLennan, the senior, not known as a scorer, can put it away here. Up the right wing. He's a right-handed shot, moving in toward Tyler Palmer. He makes a good move. He shoots, and it's saved by Tyler Palmer. Moved it from the right side to the left side. Palmer saw it the whole time. So now if the Falcons do not score here, they lose in a shootout, I believe. Brody Waters takes the puck off center. right-handed shooter. More a blue paint presence. Loses the puck as he skates in toward Rathan Robbins. That is a very anticlimactic way to lose the game. Brody Waters skating around the right face-off circle, just loses the puck. And Bowling Green takes a point, but loses in the shootout.
Yeah, I mean, there's some positive there. Like you said, you take the point. However, just came up just short. However, I mean, looking at it about 20 minutes ago, you're thinking, all right, we're going to lose 4-2 going back into tomorrow. I mean, the fact that they came away with a point is pretty impressive. And unfortunate, like you said, a little anticlimactic, kind of what I was talking about before the shootout started. It's like if they would have just added on 5 more minutes of the 3-on-3, I'm almost positive somebody would have put it in the back of the net. Like I said, unfortunate that that's the way it has to end. But Bemidji State comes away with this one.
We'll send it to promo for a minute, bring you back here to the rink for our stars of the game. And to sign off here from the Slater Family Ice Arena, you're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey BGSU students, this is your opportunity to host your very own radio show or podcast. Get involved with Falcon Radio and quickly learn the skills you need to produce your own program. In 30 minutes or less, you'll be armed with the information you need to operate studio equipment, put on your own live shows, or recorded content. Students from all disciplines are encouraged to get involved and take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to use world-class facilities to create your own podcast. Falcon Radio, for Falcons, by Falcons.
Hi, this is Emmy Butera with the women's soccer team, and I'm doing my favorite 4 candies. So my first one is Jolly Ranchers. My second one is Sour Patch Watermelon. My third one, probably Gummy Bears. And my fourth one, I'll go with Mentos.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Check out recaps of this and every BGSU hockey match online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here in the Slater Family Ice Arena, final score 4-4 and a shootout win for the Bemidji State Beavers, who continue to be unbeaten this season as they took 2 wins against Augustana last week and then a shootout win over Bowling Green today. Tonight's Bill and Karen Hoffert Stars of the Game, presented by Bill and Karen Hoffert, longtime BGSU hockey fans and Falcon Club members. First star is Adam Flemang. He had a goal and the only shootout make in the game today. He had 7 total shots on goal, which led the entire match, and 2 blocks. He did have 6 penalty minutes, but he was the deciding factor today for Bemidji. Vincent LaBelle given the second star. He had a goal and an assist, 2 points, 3 shots on goal, 6 face-off wins, and a block for LaBelle. And then the third star of the game, Max Nemesnikov, a goal and an assist for 2 points. He had 3 shots on goal, a +1 rating, 2 penalty minutes, but a block as well. Sean Connolly, myself, Ben Korak here from the Slater Family Ice Arena. Sean, it's always nice to call a game with you, although Bemidji State's kind of ate our lunch at the games that we've called together, but it's always a pleasure to be on the broadcast with you, man.
Yeah, it seems like they have our number, but yeah, I agree. Likewise, always nice to come back to the slate and be able to broadcast some Bowling Green hockey with you. But yeah, just unfortunate, like I said, but the fact that they got a point, I think, is positive in itself because of the way they were already entering the third period down 2. So some momentum to go into tomorrow, and I think there's a lot to look forward to tomorrow.
Hopefully we'll get to call another one again. Tomorrow, though, at 5:45, our broadcast will start with myself, Ben Korak, and Nathan Burkett here from the Slater Family Ice Arena. Game 2 between Bowling Green and Bemidji. We'll say so long until then. You're listening to Falcon Hockey on WBGU 88.1 FM.